see it's over if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far. I'm start walking. Don't ever say it's over if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far. I'm start walking. On a mission and get high up. I know that I'ma die, reaching for a lot that I don't really need at all. Never listen to replies, learn the lesson from the wise. You should never take advice from somebody that ain't tried. They said I wouldn't make it out alive. They told me I would never see the rise. That's why I gotta get them every time. Gotta watch them bleed too. Don't ever say it's over if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far. I'm start walking. Don't ever say it's over if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far. I'm start walking. Been there since I came out my mama. Thinking God that he never would. Proven wrong every time till it's normal. Why worship legends when you know that you can join? These demons don't like me, they don't like me. Likely they wanna fight me. Come on, try it out, try me. They put me down, but I never cried out. Why me? We're from the wise, don't put worth inside somebody that ain't tried. They said I wouldn't make it out alive. They told me I would never see the rise. That's why I gotta get them every time. Gotta watch them bleed too. Don't ever say it's over if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far. I'm start walking. Don't ever say it's over if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far. I'm start walking. Don't ever say it's over if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far. I'm start walking.
what you came for. Blood on the game bowl, everybody drop it like rainfall. This is your moment, eyes on a puppet. Can't think, chest just open. And they're singing your praises, la la la. Screaming your name, la 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 la. One more step, you're immortal now. 'Cause once you play God, once you play God, they're gonna crumble one by one. Then we gonna ride right into the sun like it's the day my kingdom come. Baby, we're Hey, welcome to the big show. Next on the ladder, is it your name in the rafters? Breathe, breathe, breathe. No one is silence. Bad guy woke up and chose violence. And they're singing my praises, la la la. Screaming my name out, la la loud. This is why we're immortal now. 'Cause once you play God, once you play God, they're gonna crumble one by one. Then we gonna ride right into the sun like it's the day my kingdom come. Baby, we're I'm on my knees, pray for glory. Anyone read this underdog story? I can't lose myself again. Help me raise this sword. I'm brave. Once you play God, once you play God, they're gonna crumble one by one. Then we gonna ride right into the sun like it's the day my kingdom come. Once you play God, once you play God, they're gonna crumble one by one. Then we gonna ride right into the sun like it's the day my kingdom come. Baby, we're once you play.
Two sides to a story, but they never tell my side. Never been the kind of guy to stay inside the guidelines. I know I'm the bad guy, I don't gotta ask why. If you try step to me, it'll be the last time. I got dirt on my name, 6 feet in the ground. I got people in my past try bringing me down. Say I'm losing my mind, I don't wanna be found. Grew up in the shadow, but I know they watching me now.
Paranoid, undergoing movie sight. Pull up on it, I got trauma right behind me. Bite the bullet, certain time to single handed. I'm gonna show you how to crush a panic. Every time you pop up, they open that you fall hard. They praying for the death of a rock star. Everybody hates it ever since you got more. They praying for the death of a rock star. They love it when you lost more. Not a low life at the top floor. Everybody hates it ever since you got more. They're praying for the death of a rock star. They talk about me, I forget to listen. At least I get the recognition. Heavy way up all up on you with the repetition. You in the pit, it's not no exhibition. Oh, they big man, I'm the big boss. Talking big game, take a big loss. Growing up, I was a problem that they didn't solve. I'm the piece that wouldn't fit inside a jigsaw. I got a lot of punchlines and a quick jab. I'm running straight through, I don't got a zigzag. Got a heavy heart, it's hard to live fast. From the crazy
to the brave, never change, make them dig that.
Kiss me long the night with a rose, hoping that the Eiffel falls. Of course, you don't understand the life we chose. My life support, need my silence, my privacy, so I can heal. And even rock stars got feelings that they feel. In reality, it's just repeats like a drill. Oh, please, every time you pop up, thinking that you fall hard. For the death of a rock star, everybody hates it ever since you got more. They pray for the death of a rock star. They love you when you lost more. Not a low life at the top floor. Everybody hates it ever since you got more. They pray for the death of a rock star. Hop up, they hoping that you fall hard. They pray for the death of a rock star. Everybody hates it ever since you got more. They pray for the death of a rock star.
I wake up to the sounds of the silence that allows for my mind to run around with my ear up to the ground. I'm searching to behold the stories that I told when my back is to the world that was smiling when I turned. Tell you you're the greatest, but once you turn, they hate us. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Look out for yourself. My enemy. Look out for yourself. But I'm ready. Your words up on the wall as you're praying for my fall, and the laughter in the halls and the names that I've been called. I stack it in my mind and I'm waiting for the time when I show you what it's like to be worse fit in a mind. Tell you you're the greatest, but once you turn, they hate us. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Look out for yourself. My enemy. Look out for yourself.
Look, okay, I'm hoping that somebody pray for me. I'm praying that somebody hope for me. I'm staying where nobody supposed to be. Posted, being a wreck of emotions. Ready to go whenever you let me know. The road is long, so put the pedal into the flow. The energy on my trail, my energy unavailable. I'ma tell him I still away go. Hey, when I fly on my drive to the top, I've been out of shape, thinking out of the box. I'm an astronaut. I blasted off the planet, rock that caused catastrophe, and it matters more because I had it. Now I had I thought about wreaking havoc on an opposition, kinda shocking. They want a static with precision. I'm automatic, quarterback. I ain't talking second packet, pack it up on panic, batter up. Who the baddest? It don't matter, cause we is your
Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. I swear I'll never be a sad no way. My enemy. I swear I'll never be a sad. Look out for yourself.
Legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear
There we are. Hello and welcome everyone to the Sunday Cup. Today we'll be playing Team No Name versus Poros and Dragons. And we'll be heading off into the draft phase here very shortly. As soon as all the players are ready here.
Let's say, yeah. So we are looking forward to this one. I've been had a quick look into the multi searches, having a quick find to see if there's anything that I can find. I'll be honest with you, not really much I can see from either team. To be honest, they haven't really played, but I think that's the late season blooms where everyone's just looking forward to the new season and looking at the new things. Obviously, we have got the playoffs in the next few days as well, which is something else I'm going to be looking forward to, considering I'm also playing in it. So it's going to be a good game, I feel. So I think this is more of going to be like a practice game, ready for the
playoffs.
Ready for the playoffs for sure, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm very curious to see what the players are going to be doing here in the draft phase, as we instantly see TNN ban down Jana.
It's very
as
strong.
their first ban.
I think it's been very strong. I think I've seen it rise a lot in in solo queue with I think it was I can't remember who they are, but they brought out a guide about it, and Oriana as well.
Yeah, Oriana's been very strong and very dominant. I see her almost every game in my games as well. So the Oriana ban is not too on, and the Diana ban obviously because Poros and Dragons support as a Diana main as well. So just to hinder them down a little bit, and we see another Iron ban coming down.
Oh, okay, something. Yeah, that looks like pretty good. It seems like they're targeting TNN support as well here. Plays a lot of enchanters, I believe.
Yeah,
Janna, Soraka, all things like that considered. JSI has been playing that quite a lot recently.
So we're going to probably see a lot of enchanter support bans coming down, as they don't seem...
Meant to be Lulu. Okay.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a Lulu ban, but seems like it's not coming through quite.
This is Pro Draft for you.
Pick ban too.
Pro Draft does this all the time, to be fair. No, it doesn't look unexpired. Yeah, TNN got one more coming through now. Another one.
Yeah, we didn't even see what that one was.
Yeah, we didn't even know.
Just
Heimerdinger
ban.
So Heimerdinger, Lulu, and Varus. Okay. So about the Varus.
We'll see what they start with picking.
I'm thinking first picks wise, there's a few strong picks that you can play recently. There's obviously still the Jinx, which is pretty strong. Kaiser's always got a place to play. It does all depend on what they're looking at. Graves, I think, is a very strong jungler.
I think they're probably going to try to go for the J4 pick.
J4, true, very true. J4 is very strong and competitive. So we'll see what TNN cooks up here with the Ezreal.
And they're picking up the Ezreal. Very safe laner.
Yeah, very safe, but it does kind of open up the fact that you can just pick Vayne into it and it's a free bot lane. And Vayne is very strong as well with the new Yumu's build that she's been recently popping off with. So there's plenty of answers to it, I will be honest.
And we see Renata pick from Poros and Dragons. And I wouldn't be surprised, yeah, as you said, like something like the Vayne and you all inner. I personally always get a lot of success when I play Jhin into Ezreal. Because as soon as Jhin, gets the root down, or gets within actual melee distance or hitting distance against the Ezreal, he usually doesn't stand a chance. And but it looks like it'll be correct. We'll see the Vayne getting picked up here.
Yeah, the thing is with Vayne, it's very versatile. I mean, the problem that she struggles with a lot is the fact of the range. So Ezreal doesn't really have anything. She's very mobile, so she can dodge a lot of his abilities and just run him down. And Ezreal wants to be left alone, but so does Vayne, and Vayne has a very good side lane pressure. So I think it's just something that's very hard to deal with. They need lockdown for Vayne, so Nautilus, something like that will help. But the Bard is the answer.
Not sure. I don't personally don't feel like Bard has enough lockdown for Vayne. I am sure he has his Q, but that's on about, and maybe his ult, but he first needs to hit the Vayne with all her rolls.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then third pick on the Ornn, that's a very risky pick when you've so many counters for the Ornn. Let's see what they think. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's the Gwen.
Yeah.
Right on cue.
You got Gwen, you've got Fiora, you've got plenty of things that can be tank bust. You can match tank for tank.
Anything that deals max health true damage, and they already have the bait, so they have max health true damage on max health true damage. And we see the Syndra then for TNN's mid lane here.
I feel like with the Vayne though as well, yeah, I think Lysandra is a very good pick because Tux has been playing her quite a lot with a very good CS rate in the competition, in the league, to be fair. So I think it's a good lockdown ban as well. I mean, what answers could they really do? They've kind of left themselves. They've been counted on every form at the moment. So I think they need to get rid of Jarvan because I think the Jarvan Renata Glass combo is really strong. And
yeah, you can lock them up. And
yeah,
it's gonna be the Karthus ban.
Karthus ban, it wouldn't be ideal, to be honest. The only reason why I don't think so is because with an AP top laner, I wouldn't ban yourselves, B&D. I wouldn't do Jarvan ban.
The Boros and Dragons are actually gonna be the ones that are gonna ban the J4 here, from the looks of it.
Yeah, but I think obviously they're scared about the Jarvan on, and I think also with the Jarvan they've got first prior on the Jarvan, so I don't think it's too bad. But again, they could have taken advantage of that in Kindred ban as well. So let's see what we go. We need some kind of. When thinking of P&D, what they could pick, they've got mid lane and top lane available. Not top lane. So they've got jungle and mid open. Strong junglers such as Graves and things like that. You need double AP and then an AD jungler, preferably, to make it to balance it out a little bit. But we'll see. Trying to think what they could pick.
They could also opt to go for there's a sack, so they're probably gonna have an AD mid laner. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an assassin on the mid lane here, or something like a Jace.
They do lack with range at the moment, so I do think Jace would be perfect to help with the range distribution.
Yeah, having both the range and engage, and then we see the Graves coming down. Personally, I don't think Graves does too well into Zac. Honestly,
no, it doesn't really, because Graves wants to stack his armor with his grit. So going against two APs, like heavy APs as well, with Zac doesn't really do much. But it is winnable for Graves. He has a lot of mobility.
It's not just about the mobility. I think Zac as well, with his E and so on. Zac can most of the time what Graves wants to do is technically he kind of wants to fight, and Zac can just not do that.
Yeah, pretty much. The only problem that you have with Zac is, like, you could do... One thing I would do if I played Graves, which I have a lot of games on, is I'd go red side straight into red side for Zac. Well, it depends on where we find out where he goes, but I would just look to invade as early as possible. Just because Zac is clear, if you can...
It is a lot faster than Graves is.
Yeah, it's a lot faster than Graves, but also, you can get him a bit worried that you're going to be in his jungle quite often.
I'm also curious about the Brand mid lane here. So we're going to see the Brand into Tristana on the mid lane. That can go either way, in my opinion. That can go completely either way.
I agree. I think as well, like, they did need to go in AD mid laner. Again, they needed the range, which Tristana passively increases their range throughout the game. So I don't think it's a bad choice. I do think it's very hard into Brand.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is going to be that it's kind of, the mid lane is just kind of a one shot or get one shot thing with a Tristana and the Brand. Either Brand was going to one shot Tristana, or Tristana was going to jump on Brand.
Yeah, I agree. I think as soon as they jump into him, just got to be careful with this W, because obviously jumping straight into a Brand's face can get you killed. Brand is very strong in the meta though as well, can play jungle and mid and support, so he can play quite a various of roles. Curious to see how the bot lane do against Ezreal Bard and Renata Glass Vayne.
Yeah.
I think that's one that I'm kind of more looking forward to seeing this game, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, absolutely feel like we should keep our eyes peeled on the bot lane. It's gonna be an interesting matchup here.
And then we've got like the Gwen Ornn as well. That's going to be very volatile.
Oh yeah, Gwen and Ornn on the top lane. It's gonna be pretty fun. I don't think the junglers probably not gonna get too much done here, but because Vayne, Tristana, and Gwen are pretty safe lanes. Have the opportunity to get up pretty fast.
Yeah, but I do think as well with Graves he can play to scale, and he has very good scaling anyway, so I don't think it matters him too much or bothers. But Zac also has great scaling. We're just having a look at what's going on right now. We're struggling to get into the actual game, it looks like. But then as soon as we go into the game anyway, we have to have that delay anyway, so it shouldn't take too long.
So now with the draft phase completed, I think we should be getting... Yeah, we're gonna have a delay before we get into game.
That's very true. Yeah, cool. I don't know what to show the same. We've spoke about everything we need to really speak about. I would think I would much prefer in the bottom side if they had some lockdown. And like I said in the matchup, I do think they needed some sort of thresh, some sort of.
Personally, I think I prefer Boros and Dragons draft here. They have both the stronger safe lane, like Ezreal being pretty safe as well, or being pretty safe. So all of them are pretty safe. But I feel like Boros and Dragons just has a little bit of an extra safer lane. On top of that, they have a huge potential with the all-in. We have with the Zac and the Vayne and the Renata and the Tristana. You can just go in at any point almost. At a moment's notice.
Yeah, I'm fully with that.
While TNN would be heavily reliant on the Ornn engage. If Ornn doesn't engage, they don't really have any engage.
Yeah, they could also mess up the whole game. Bard can literally ulti and just ruin Ornn. If he does the engage and then Bard also ultis at the same time, it could be colossal. Like it needs a lot of communication with Bard. I feel like he does want to roam the map a lot. Obviously, collect his charms and what they're called. Can't think what they're called, but but going around and collecting them. We are into the draft phase now, so it's just really good. They're just picking the champions in blind picks, so it shouldn't take us long. What we'll do though, I will put us onto put the music up and let us go into a little bit of the delay thing for you. So let's say we spoke about everything. So we will be back in the next 5 minutes or so.
And welcome back as we set our sights and feet back onto the rift here at the Sunday Cup. And we see the players already assuming their positions both in the lanes and the jungle. And let's see how they are gonna dance this tango.
30 seconds until minions
But looks like from the beginning here, from the get-go, not much going on. Just a little bit of peeking, dancing, trading a few auto attacks.
You're very aggressive from Pilgrim.
Yeah. But not too much to be done here. Unless...
Just being a typical grave nuisance to the jungler, I guess.
Minions have spawned.
Quite interesting though. Vayne has already started with a longsword to start off the game. And I remember
Yeah,
that a few patches ago, I didn't think that was ever really viable as much as it used to be because of the fact that Doran's blade is so nice.
The reason I think for that is because you can see the not only like you have the longsword, but you also have the 3 pods. And against Ezreal, what you really want, especially against the Ezreal and Bard, you kind of want the sustain. And it's the 3 pods compared to the 1 pod that Ezreal has.
Yeah, very true.
So you can get through the laning phase a lot easier.
Yeah.
You see Renata taking a bit of damage here. Just a little bit of farming and casual trading going on the middle line.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of objective fighting, I feel, from both teams. Shouldn't really be that hectic in the early game. Especially when you've got a Vayne that just wants to scale and Tristana scaling and...
Gwen scaling.
Yeah.
You don't really have anyone that wants to do too much here.
No. You got the stun.
The pullback, the handshake is coming through, and the ignite is ticking on both, one on Sprupe and one on G-Life.
Yeah, their bot lane on the side of TNN have took the trade there with the both of them being taking damage on the bot side, and only the Bard.
As we just keep seeing a bunch of trades both on all the lane. The handshake connects again. Ooh, Vayne is connecting in her 3rd auto.
She just goes to forward.
And he's chasing! Meanwhile, Tristana looks like that's almost gonna be a solid kill under here, but no. Just oversteps just a little bit, takes a lot of damage from the tower. Meanwhile, Gwen and Ornn, couple in matchups be like. Eternals are already putting down a lot of damage onto the Ornn here. But meanwhile, the Brand's just collecting his Dark Harvest dice. Now, Bard overstepping just a little bit, but looks like the gamble is paying off. He does get a bit more gold from a support item without sacrificing too much here.
It looks like both junglers look to path towards bot side, and Gray's been a little bit quicker on the clear. Seems to be able to...
He's in Zac here. This might be a kill straight up here.
Great
The
kill.
buffer comes through, but the pullback And that is first blood for the Vayne. That does not bode well for the Scale and Calm. Already getting with the first blood here.
I think it was very well executed from that side.
Oh, absolutely. A nice read from the Zac. Absolutely nice read from the Zac. Seeing that the enemy bot lane will push in. Oh, Graves trying to get something back on the mid lane, but not gonna dive for that one.
Looking as if Graves is getting the double scuttle away. But again, they're going to delay the back timings on the Zac to secure his Raptors, which is a good play, I would say.
As you said, double scuttle is going to go towards the Graves, but the assist on the first blood is going to equal out that goal that he loses.
Oh yeah. I'm slightly ahead by 50 Gs, but there's mini margins.
A summoner has disconnected.
Oh, we see a pause coming through here as Brand has left the game. Probably just gonna be probably just a little disconnect, and he'll be reconnecting any moment soon here. Now, Serge, what do you think about the game state from now?
I think personally, I think it's okay on the side of P&D. I think it's what you want. You got your top lane winning the matchup, which should be winning. Jungle is only behind slightly on the CS front, but he has just recently come off the base, so he's going to be back on the map very soon with an item lead. Graves is looking to do a scale downwards as well, which again is okay, but I feel like if there's ever to be a chance to do Dragon early, this would be like one of the opportunities for P&D to do so. Mid lane, I feel is kind of even. They both got TP up, and I think once Brand comes back, he will go straight to lane. But I think it's really good for P&D right now. It's for the long story. The TLDR, I think, is exactly what P&D would want with the first kill on Vayne. And Vayne looking like he's going to go the Storm Razor build. But again, if you go Storm Razor build, usually you wouldn't go for the for that rune.
At least the tempo.
Yeah, you go for the Fleet Footwork, which again would work in the poking lane.
Right.
So then that way, if you go that, you wouldn't need your 3 pots either. But I think because they got the longsword, they got the early noon quiver, so there's wins.
Yeah, so we see Vayne already has the pretty early noon quiver. Do you think the Vayne is gonna opt for the Storm Razor first, or for what we see a lot of Vayne's build is actually a Static Shift? You think she's gonna go for the Static Shift first to keep up with the poke against the Ezreal?
Personally, I don't think they need that, because I don't think they need the wave clear. Because Ezreal doesn't really have wave clear in himself either. So I feel like you want more pressure with the Storm Razor, so you can
a little bit more single target damage here.
Exactly, yeah. And I feel like Tristana and Zac have enough wave clear for later on in the game as well.
Gwen as well.
And Gwen, yeah. So I don't think Triforce and that is really worth it this game. But I think Storm Razor. I think the build is Storm Razor. I'm trying to think what it is now. There's Yumu's and there's Essence Reaver. Yeah, so it goes Storm Razor, Essence Reaver, then Yumu's, and I think that's just going to one-shot majority of their team. Like with 1Q and auto attack on Graves, on Brand, I think it's just going to one-shot everyone. I think that's the build that you go. But again, it's one step closer. We'll see how it goes from Sprupe. Sprupe, I don't know how to say his name, to be fair. But yeah, it's looking good.
Is it Sprupe or Sprupe?
Exactly. That's what I was curious about. I think it's Sprupe, I would say, but I think Sprupe has a bit of finesse to it.
We can also see. I mostly agree with you about what you said about the state of the game and how the lanes are going. Though, as you can see, we can already see like Graves is doing his topside clear and his Raptors are about to spawn. And meanwhile, Zac just bought his Bami Cinder. So what do you think Graves is going to do next? Do you think he's going to clear his topside and recall, or is he going to clear his topside then go for the Raptors, or do you think he's just going to try and look for another ganking opportunity before he backs?
I would assume if it was in a situation with Graves, I'd do my top clear and then go back and then go towards the bot side, because the bot side's coming up very soon. And we have just started about the game, so it's a good time to talk about it. We will have a little bit of a bug a second. Let me just go back a little bit. And it should work from here. But yeah, I do think he's going to do a full... He's going to do the top side and then should base, but again, it might be the situation that he does his full clear, which is completely up to him.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. So there's a little bit of things.
Who show the spectator
that can
door?
happen here. And we'll see what he chooses to do.
Okay, we're back on. Sorry about that. My apologies. It's back to normal now. But yeah, I think he's doing a full clear down as far as I can see now. Yeah. So as I said, this is pretty much the only thing I would say would be now is the greatest time to do the Dragonons. You know, for the Zac.
Yeah, I was gonna say this would be should have been the bot lane play here for the Zac. Bot lane dragon play here with Tristana having Bryo and the bot lane having dragon. So this would have been optimal setup for the dragon. But instead, Zac chooses to go for the top lane, tries to look for a gank opportunity, but the brush and river is warded. So we'll see what he gets out of it. Looks like he's trying to go for an invade here, but as we just mentioned, it's already cleared out. Now, Vayne's playing pretty aggressive here, even though the damage is ticking on her.
We should also know that Graves is going to be bot side as well. After the
yeah, you see, he took his chickens. He didn't back yet. He just went for the chickens into the Krogs, and may even be looking for a gank here before he's back from the looks of it.
You're looking like a gank in bot lane. It's a weak gank, in my opinion.
A little bit of, yeah, it's not. I don't think too much is gonna happen here. It already looked from the way he walked in that this was gonna turn out into a fail gank, but Barnes getting a lot of damage down actually. Oh shit! The Renata flash handshake into the minion. That's a bit of a misplay here as Zac is coming in trying to save the day. And he also flashes, and we don't get to see that. I don't know if he got the pullback.
No, he didn't.
Now Zac is just trying to walk his bot lane to the safety, trying to soak up some damage.
I feel like that was a good idea because they saw that Graves did base on the ward that was in the bush, so they knew that that was going to be. But it does open up the side, you know, the red team's red buff and the red side because of the way he's doing his pathing right now.
Taking a lot of poke here. Meanwhile, Graves is looking for the invade. I don't know if there is a red buff there. Oh, right into the handshake, and that looks like a dead Bard.
This is a great time.
Bard gets the ignite off as well, and the Ezreal ultimate with the return kill on the Vayne. What a great read here. And Graves is just taking everything from Zac into the dive, and he gets a kill on Tristana while taking away everything from the Zac on the top side here. Ooh, disaster. From good state to disaster. Now, they do have 2 kills on the Vayne, and Zac and Renata have the 100% kill participation. But looking at the state now, it spells a little bit of disaster. If they give up the gold from the Rift Herald here, could be a lot of gold influx now that Graves has gotten that kill, and another kill is on Israel. So
yeah,
now they opt to do the dragon in return, at least, but we'll see where that leads them.
Yeah, I think for the play, it's just a handshake, you know, it's just dragon for Herald, which I do think in this kind of scenario, I always believe that the Herald is better.
Oh, Stana going in. Gets stunned, and that's what we talked about in the draft phase. Or what, I don't remember if you tapped it or I said, like, they just Stana jump in and just get stunned by the...
Yeah. Not easy.
Vayne looking for a bit of plates or just damage. Ezreal is using this E to just E in. Takes a lot of damage on that trade. Meanwhile, Renata comes in. Oh, and they just scared themselves. They just scummed. Both of them just came out of and into the bush and just jump scared each other. Zac handles his jump in. And that is the poke damage we're talking about. A lot of poke going on to the Renata here, but Zac is here trying to save the day. The bailout is coming through, but it's not going to be enough as they don't get the kill, and that is a dead Vayne.
Yeah, it seems a lot of miscommunication now, because as soon as he went in, you know, kind of Vayne flashed out with the Renata W on them, so yeah, it seems like a huge misplay there, unfortunately.
Yeah, on top of that, Ezreal had his E back, so he just used his little dash to get out. And Tristana not really getting a lot done on her lane for now, just gets poked slowly and steadily. Brand being very, very annoying. Zac tries to salvage the bot lane, and that should be another dead. Yeah, that's it. And Vayne is probably gonna pick that up. That's a shutdown and a double kill for the Vayne. And they managed to salvage the bot lane. Now Graves is here to try and pick up the pieces, but I don't think it's gonna work.
It's looking more like okay.
Oh, never mind. Maybe huge. Did Graves just ult?
Yeah.
No, there he ults and gets the shutdown back onto the Vayne instead. And that's the thing here. This has been kind of the state of the overall game. For every little advantage that Porous and Dragons like slowly amount themselves to, we have TNN just there trying to salvage the plays and actually getting rewarded for it. You know, Vayne just overstaying instead of going for the wave here. Could have backed. You know, played it safe. She knew the Graves was there. He walked over forward. So could have gone. Tower is disabled, and the damage.
This is very aggressive.
Yeah, the tower comes back online. The Renata ult saves the day. Zac managed to get the shutdown onto the Graves, and Bard follows shortly after, and they come out on top of that. Yeah. Ooh, a bit of a misplay from TNN there. They tried to make a play by turning the tower golden and trying to go for the tower dives, not realizing that there is so much support in return. Renata roamed as well, and Zac was there as well, and what was almost looked like to be a master dive play turned into destruction and chaos. Now they're gonna try. Now Brand is overstepping a little bit here, but gets pulled back. Tristana a bit low, overstays and gets exploded. Flash for flash, traded, and Zac gets stunned. Ornn tries to save his comrade, and yeah, TNN is just there to pick up all the pieces of Zac.
Again, it's one of them things where they're just jumping into Brand's face without using any of his cooldowns, so he's just getting the free CC away. And Brand, like I say, has a lot of damage, especially with the new item he's just bought now.
Yeah. Now he has now Brand has the money to get his full item. 2-0, didn't even die in that exchange, but yeah. Tristana not really playing that too well, just jumping into Brand's face without respecting the cooldowns or baiting out the Qs first either, just jumps in, gets stunned, gets blown up. Vayne is out of mana and keeps chasing here. Bailout is active, but not too much more gonna happen on the bot lane here.
Yeah, they're going the static shiv build, I think.
Yeah, that's a static shiv. So she does start with the static shiv, as I questioned it earlier. Assuming she would go for the static shiv to manage to poke back the Ezreal a bit.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned, I also agree with you. I don't think the static shiv, which is now completed on the way, Vayne should be the buy here, because trying to keep up with the poke of the Ezreal by buying a static shiv, yeah, maybe it'll amount to a little bit, but it's not going to be too much when your Vayne values are somewhere else. On top of that, as we mentioned, there are other champions that can pick up the Vayne play. Now Zac jumping full in. Renata handshake and shield goes a little bit wide. Bella coming through, but Brand is here trying to save the day. Does have the ultimate, and it's huge. Hitting 3 people. Absolutely massive, this Brand. He's dealing so much damage, but he does get pulled under the tower. Goes golden. Graves picks up the pieces on the Zac, but Zac manages to finally get the shutdown on Brand, and now chases Renata under tower. We'll see if the red buff damage is enough, but it doesn't look like it. Now on the chase, running the heals on the Tristana. Can she get out?
I really don't
And
understand
that spells a no.
how
W
that
cooldown is too long, and Tristana just
evaporates.
smiles into the shotgun.
Exactly. I just don't understand how that even took place. In the bot side, they were all focusing different targets. Vayne ran after the board instead of just killing the Ezreal and being done with it.
Absolute chaos. Now Vayne tries to get the dragon in return. Tries to go ram her head into the horn.
Well, he gets a kill.
But manages to get the kill on Grace, trying to just go for the all-in. Gets kept alive. Gets the Ezreal on the all-in and the Ornn. It's a triple kill for the Vayne. From disaster to disaster for all teams here. Vayne gets the knockback and gets the quadra kill onto the board. But the Ignite tick is not going to be enough. Meanwhile, Brand is on the top lane, trying to deal with the split pushing Gwen, which I think is the correct play there. Again, not respecting the Brand's cooldowns and face just fucking running into stuff. So this happens every time. Vayne, again, not respecting TNN off the back and just pushes the wave, but they may be looking for the back now finally. Come on, man, you can do it. You can back once without dying, please.
Grey screen simulator. Now I feel like that play in top was just a grief, unfortunately. But I think again this base is going to be pretty big from Vayne. She's close to a Triforce now as well.
Yeah. Gwen also just finally completed her Nashes too, so she tried to ram her head into the 4-in-1 Brand. Brand's item completed, or almost 1.5 items completed, and Gwen just finished her Nashes too, so no items against full item. Not too good. You can also see Brand is actually farming exceptionally well, having 150 CS at 16 minutes. So there's a lot of gold in the pockets of that Brand.
Yeah, exactly. He's over 2.8k. Yeah.
Yeah. Vayne, of course, being the richest. No, not. The richest member here is Graves, getting all that shutdown gold. Second is Brand, and then we have the Vayne in third place. I'll see. It is warded. Zac is going in onto the Brand. Brand W goes wide. Connects a handshake, and he just gets handshaked into the Brand. Gwen ult's coming down, but the Brand ult is too massive and just blows them up. Zac trying his hardest to keep it going. Manages to finally get another shutdown on the Brand. Ornn is going in, straight into the Gwen. That's the snip, and that is a cut goat. That's how I like my lamb chops.
Very well played, to be honest. It's kind of very flippy.
Oh, they're keeping going. Tristana's going in.
He's dead though.
The bomb is not gonna make a do. He does try to save himself with the ult, but it's not fast enough and it explodes anyway. But he gets the shutdown. Well, it's not a shutdown actually on the Tristana, but she gets a kill on the Tristana, who is overstepping, trying to dive too greedily. So, he managed to collect that. Ezreal ults just for a little bit of vision. Ezreal tries to come in. Tries if he can stop this Herald. Ornn is here as well. Handshake goes wide. But the true damage from Vayne is too much for them to deal with. And they managed to pick up the second eye of the Herald.
Yeah, P&D would be happy with the way that this game's going so far. They have a 10-4 Vayne who can deal with pretty much everyone on their team. As long as he doesn't get one shot by Brand, they're in for a good game.
Yeah, you would think so, but so far Brand has shown us the opposite. Like, looking to one-shot almost everyone that gets too close, just a stun into the one-shot, basically. But so as long as Brand can keep that, I don't see how, they can win this in the long run. I mean, yeah, Zac is gonna get tankier and tankier, but if they just keep ramming their heads into the Brand. Now, Brand did a little bit of an overstep here into the Vayne. Vayne had to use her stopwatch. No, that was Brand's stopwatch, Zonia's, to stay gold and try to survive, but Vayne managed to get it out anyway, with the bailout on her. And that is another 2 kills. onto the Vayne. This Vayne is now fed, like 12 and 4. She's hungry for more.
She's looking for a Hex Drinker, it looks like, as well, to try and combat the brand damage. I think it's not a bad play, but I do think as well with them having Renata, I think that really does help the fact, you know, that
Just keep out the bailout and staying for a little longer if you have the Hex Drinker, and then you get the bailout and you manage to stay long enough to get down there and get the reset.
Exactly, yeah. The other thing that we need to think about more, like P&D, to try and close out this game, to be honest. Obviously they got good scaling, but I'm thinking about the fact that he's only got 111 CS in 20 minutes, so it's very hectic.
Yeah.
Needs to get on the side lane.
Aside from the Gwen, they don't have that good of CS on the side of P&D for now. Ezreal also checking the dragon. But Zek's gonna pick that one up. In the meantime, Gwen is gonna get a tower on the top side. But you can see overall, like if you just look at the numbers of the CS, like Brand 170, and even the Graves has like close to 160 now. I'm rounding it up here. And on top of that, Graves got a lot of money from the first Rift Herald. Now Graves looking to Renata's just face checking the bush, running straight into Graves, who wants this red buff. And it looks like Frozen Dragons don't want to give that away, but Graves just smites it.
Very true. I see the Graves is built for blood. Looks like he's going to go for Bloodthirst, the third item.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad choice, by no means. But I do think Stormrazor third is usually the play if you're not going to go for Cleaver.
I think he just wants to keep alive into these extended trades against the Renata, against the Zac who can heal himself. So if you play Graves and you have to fight, let's say you have to fight a Zac on one-on-one, Zac is just going to keep healing, and you're just going to lose that fight if you don't have any heal on your own.
Go for a big engage.
Yeah, no, they're just going to let the Herald crash into the Golden Tower. And that's just the end of it. They're not forcing it. Ornn all coming down. He's the engage. Gwen is immune, and Renata returns with the ult of her own, and the fight breaks out. Oof, Greg goes down. The bailout's ticking, and so is the ignite.
Yeah.
Gwen's taking loads of damage. They keep trying to get something under the tower. Ram managed to go golden and managed to stay alive here. Meanwhile, the poke they just have on TNN is just insane. The Brand, the Ezreal, and the Bard just had poke for days.
Yeah, exactly. That's very true. They got a lot of poke for that, and I also think about just trying to think about what else they could do. They've got the setup and top side as well for the Baron, looking like that's the next plan of action. Warded the whole top side. The vision has been very well set up for the objectives.
Yeah, looks like the Baron is going to be the next objective here. Vayne going in, trying to trade something on the Ornn after Tristana tried him. We can see, like, Tristana has only her Kraken completed.
Yeah.
So she's just tickling Ornn a little bit, you know. Even the third auto from the Kraken is just, you know, a little bit tickling the Ornn. Vayne is probably also looking, before they're going to start the Baron, I'm assuming Vayne is going to be looking to complete her third item. So I wonder if TNN want to just get that started and do the Baron before they manage to complete those items.
She's doing Wit's End. I think that's a better play than the Hex Drinker. I think that's a better item. So he's just not allowing Tristana to play the game.
Yeah. Brand has been very oppressive throughout the entire game here. Very, very nice plays from the Brand and from the Graves as well. I think those two have like 4 TNN. As you can see, Brand is doing it again with the old absolutely shits on the Tristana. We'll see if the ticks are enough and Tristana goes down. So Brand has been an absolutely fundamental keystone, I feel, for this TNN.
He's a very good staller. He can wave clear pretty well. He can hold the waves and 1v1 anybody as well at this point. Opting for third item, Rylai, so they're definitely not getting away from him though.
Oh, it's not just that. Like I feel just in general, like TNN's mid laner, he's CSing well. He's keeping the lanes good in a good state, and he's overall just moving around it. You know, moving to the places where he should be most of the time. Of course, he's had some fun himself between a rock and a hard place from time to time, but nothing too major yet. As we see the stuff trying to kick off the Baron here from the looks of it.
The Spruce is in there.
As Vayne completed the third item.
Legendary Vayne.
Trying to do the damage. Oh, that is going to be so much damage when this Vayne ults and she starts rolling in. Gwen initiates the fight. We see the Renata ult and the Orion coming down. And Gwen goes golden from the...
Can they do this? I think they can.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this. Vayne just shredding through everyone left and right. Just Vayne and Gwen. They have the backup and they keep it pushed and they keep it going. Tristana jumping in more, but I don't think the damage is going to be quite there for Tristana.
It was a very desperate play from TNN. Trying to
get the Baron.
Yeah, they saw them in mid lane.
They did the setup. They couldn't. They were never going to be able to win this fight. Not with the Vayne sitting on 3 items here.
And Rabid Panda with a great engage on the back line as well. He made it really
difficult
for them.
Absolutely. I don't think Zac has been doing anything too massive yet, but he's just always been there, you know? Rabid Panda on Zac has just been... The engages have just been phenomenal most of the time, setting up the Vayne for greatness. That was almost a steal.
Yeah, I mean...
Coming down from the Ezreal.
I'm seeing... Say... what they said there, but I see that he's 3-2-13 on a 21 kill game for him. So he's been part of.
Oh yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. That's,
he's done quite a lot for his team. Yeah.
Yeah, that's more kill participation than the Vayne has. So yeah.
He's been doing a lot for his team, which also comes to a point why he is so good, because
Renata 20 assists.
Yeah.
I just want to point that out as well. Renata's been all over the place. Absolutely phenomenal play.
Yeah. We have to excuse the fact that Flash E into the minion, but
yeah. The Flash Q.
Flash Q. Yeah. We don't talk about that.
Yeah, we can look past that one. For today.
Yeah. They're trying to get 2 lanes pushing with the Baron, which is a very good idea, but top lane is coming in. I would send Vayne up there personally, but
Vayne into the Brand?
Brenda's in there.
I think they're doing a good job, like keeping the siege going. Now, unfortunately, Ezreal has a lot of folks, so they have pretty good anti-siege here. With the Ezreal, with the waves. They have pretty good anti-siege, but yeah, with the Tristana and the Vayne, they have enough push. Zac, looks like Zac is trying to set something up. That's the second engage here.
He missed.
Pull him in, but not quite. And Tristana's W, just short. But they're finally managing to get some damage down on the tower, and there we see it again. Tristana getting caught by the Brand Q. Now Zac's going in, they're landing them under tower, the heal is big, and Renata goes golden. The Ornol's coming down, trying to catch it off. Ooh, the huge shutdown is going to... Ezreal, I think, got the huge shutdown on Renata.
Yeah, it was Ezreal that got the 1,000 gold shutdown. It's a bit of a tussle in bot lane right now.
Yeah, a bit for a mid lane for mid lane. ADC for ADC. So overall, nothing good. Ornn just doesn't want to fight the Gwen. Gwen's just pushing, and Ornn is just saying, okay, you take my tower, I take your minions, and he doesn't really want to take that fight into the Gwen, and we can clearly see why. Gwen's just been getting everything in here. Got the tower, got the minions on the way, and managed to get the inhib.
This next dragon fight is going to be the most important.
Oh yeah. So, Dragon Soul is coming up. It's going to be gonna have the Mountain Soul, and that one is going to be huge. If Portals and Dragons manage to get the Mountain Soul, I I would almost go as far as say consider the game over, because then you'll have a very tanky Vayne, tanky Tristana, and on top of that a very tanky Zac, and not to mention the Gwen. So there's very few chances I can see where TNN is gonna have a lot of opportunities to be able to get a lot of like kill pressure down. They're gonna turn very tanky all of a sudden, without needing to invest a lot into tank items. On top of that, they do have things like the Wit's End. We can see Tristana having built the Hex Drinker. So
I just don't feel like they have an answer. Like, if I'm being honest with you, if another fight breaks out.
the biggest answer I can think of is they kind of, how would I almost say, like play a long game. Now they've been doing that for now as well. Slowly, like we see Polish and Dragons, they're like slowly pushing in, slowly ending the game. But what TNN needs to play off is their poke, and well, they can't do that all.
Look at this,
as we can see. Now Graves does get another shutdown, but it's at the cost of 2 for 1. And now Graves is being chased. Ooh, the brand stun is very good. Sam manages to jump away from the Arnold. Gonna get knocked up, but Gwen is just ending the game in the meantime. Ball's coming down. Just not enough damage, and there kills the Graves. Sonia's coming through, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, the dash, but the Q goes wide, so not a lot of healing back, and Owen finally manages to get a shutdown on the Gwen. Tristana, absolutely strong pushing power, and now they're just sieging on the Nexus. Looks like everything is falling apart for TNN, but not quite yet, as they managed to push them out of the base.
Very much.
Oof. And Bard comes down with the damage. Ezreal managed to snatch up that kill. And all the cost Bard was again.
And now they have the mountain.
So they're going to be very happy on top of that. They're going to be very rich at least. Vayne is alive, so I don't know if they do want to take this fight. It is a 4v3 though, so it should be definitely winnable here. As Brian manages to, again, find himself the Tristana. Zac manages to get the Ocean Soul, but... And here comes Vayne for the cleanup, trying to avenge her fallen teammate. As I think, yeah. That brand turned to ash.
They are looking to end this game. That's what they're looking for. They want a Baron and they want to go to top lane and pretty much push to end the game.
Yeah, that's what it looks like here. Not sure if they're gonna go through top lane or the mid lane.
I mean, they can go anywhere, to be fair, wherever they want to. As long as they do it convincingly together, like, they can end the game. They have no answers.
Let's go for the recall, probably sitting on us. Yeah, he's sitting on Spectre's Skull and a Kindle Gem, giving him a lot of more health and magic resist. Graves and Renata 1v1. The bailout's coming, so let's see if they can get it. Just not in time. Vayne is just not showing up in time to save Renata. Renata is gonna fall, but Graves is gonna sacrifice his life for that one. Not sure if I'd call that worth, when you need everyone you can muster to defend the base.
Pushing the top lane as the first thought they would do. And they should be looking to get this game ended.
Yeah, Tristana's pushing in the mid, the rest is pushing in the top. And TNN is gonna need to find an answer for that one pretty fast. Where looks like it's gonna be GG. Gwen is immune, to your opinion, right now?
Yeah, they got Tristana's got pushing mid. I think they're just stalling out for Renata. And then they're gonna end
To
and
get
push
the
slide.
ult down. I think they could probably, if Zac manages to get I think they're just looking for an angle for Zac to get a good engage on, because if Zac manages to get a good engage here, they can just melt, this Vayne can just melt through them front to back. She also bought Anathema's chains, probably against the brand, I would assume.
We have also bot lane. Pushing bot lane now, all 3 lanes coming in.
Yeah.
Now, do we have an engage from Rabbit?
We'll see what he does.
Oh, that's slow.
There's a bit of a stalemate siege here. Renata ult is coming down. Rabbit Panda, when they engage, they both go golden. The tanks are out to fight. Meanwhile, Vayne is shredding through the back line. And goes down. They lost the Vayne. But luckily they have Gwen, which is like better Vayne. Melee Vayne.
Pretty much. And that's GG's. 1-0.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say it's a pretty game here. If they can actually end it instead of... Yeah. Looks like there's a game here. Woo! Game 1 finished. Forest and Dragons 1-0.
Draken, you are...
Yeah.
Welcome back. As we headed off into the second game draft phase right here. We can already see Lulu, Oriana, and Vers are banned for PND. PND chose blue side, and Renata, Ben, and Zach banned by TNN. Looks like they don't want to go up against someone again. And we see Portents and Dragons first pick Janna. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's very strong. It's like I say, it's one of them that's been. They've made a video about it. I think it was like skill guides or something like that. We've made like your max W Janna. Seems to be very strong in poke laney, so it's nice to see that people are making use of that.
And we wait to see what TNN will pick the first.
I would assume that it's going to be something engage heavy, something probably like not engage, but like Blitzcrank or something could deal with Janna. Zaya Rakan, maybe.
Zaya, release. Yeah, Rakan would probably be good as well with the engage, but they're hovering the Melio, and the Melio is locked in. I mean, it gives Zaya quite a bit of range.
I'm curious.
Jinx looks like it's gonna be the pickup for Portents and Dragons here. Jinx, of course, very strong with the new scaling that she has. Very dominant.
I do think Jinx is very good on into Zaya also. They're gonna pick the Ornn early on.
Yeah, we already discussed this last time. Ornn, very just skeptical to counter picks, but Gwen's already banned, so they're not too scared of the Gwen apparently. I'm gonna have a Syndra on mid lane.
Yeah, we've got the couple of jungle bans that are ready. You've got the Iburn ban. Maybe PND could ban the Graves. They have Jarvan answer as well. PND do have first pick for after the ban phase for Jarvan to be placed. I mean, I don't know why they would ban it personally, because they have an opportunity to take it themselves. But it's up to them, I guess. Yeah, that doesn't come through.
Yeah, Jarvan ban, as expected, kind of, since Jarvan tends to be pretty strong here, and with the all in together with the Ornn could be against the Ornn.
Yeah, it's good lockdown, but the thing is that you have with Janna though, it's kind of like you want everybody away, and when they come in, like Ornn is gonna ulti, and then Janna could throw the game by just throwing them all away. So it's got to be communicated well.
Yeah. So they probably also want to avoid anything else other than can like absolutely come into like the Vi that can absolutely come into the backline and just mess everything up that they have going on there. Now, as you mentioned earlier, I'm personally not too much of a fan about the Janna Jinx thing. I don't know. Seems a bit odd, but then again, I'm not a bot lane main, so
I think
I don't know about this.
Janna Jinx is fine. I think that's okay. I think Ornn into Malphite, I think it's a bad idea. I think Ornn into Malphite's fine, but Malphite into Ornn is not.
No, but Malphite is good into Jinx Janna.
Yeah, to some degree, but the thing is, again, I'm just thinking with Janna Jinx, it's, you know, they have the good range for this. And if Malphite comes in, like, yeah, you can knock him up temporarily, but then she can throw him away. So the whole point of Malphite is like glue, he just sticks to you, but he can't. Zeri? No, it's obviously not Zeri. Let's just have a look at what that was supposed to be. Okay, it's meant to be Victor. So it's Victor mid into Syndra.
Well, that looks a bit odd here. And then what, a Victor top lane or
Kindred.
no? Kindred.
So it's Kindred Victor.
Kindred. Okay.
It's very risky with Kindred.
Yeah. But why did they do that?
I'm unsure. I mean, it's very good actually for the side of P&D with the Janna Kindred combo, because once Kindred ulties and keeps everyone in there safe as well as healing from Janna, but pushes everyone outside.
And you can shove the enemies out, yeah.
Yeah, you can push them out. I think that's a good combo.
I guess that makes sense.
But again, it's
I'm more thinking about the Victor Kindred combo on that lane. I don't feel like I played a lot of Kindred, and most of the time when I have a Victor on my team, there's not much you can get done on the mid lane with that. Most of the time. Yeah,
I mean Victor just wants to scale and get his laser form, and Syndra's going to be poking and farming very well.
Yeah, especially into Syndra. What I mean is I just don't see there's much that Kindred can do, because Syndra doesn't want to fight Victor too much because Victor is too bursty, and Syndra, obviously, you know, even if the Kindred tries to engage, she can just knock them away or stun them, and so it's a bit of a not too strong engage against the Syndra.
Yeah, they had the bouncy castle combo though, with the Malphite knock him up into Wukong bounce up. It's just it's gonna be
into the Syndra stun or something like that. Well, in any form of way you want to take it, you could knock up with the Wukong first as well. So
exactly.
While they have mostly the only CC like Jinx, you have Janna's push and you have Janna's knock up with her Q, but those are a bit hard to hit, I would say, and you have Jinx's trap with RCC, but other than that, like, the only like proper engage that they have is pretty much only the Ornn ult here. Yeah,
pretty much. I think the Ornn is the only real ulti, but again, they could basically play disengage against the engage, so they have a lot of engage, but they don't really have, if they're all in, then they can't get out. But P&D are very good at getting out with Janna. You know, with Janna Kindred, they can stall for a long time and then re-engage after when they've got no cooldowns. Especially if they've got Janna Kindred, then they can just everyone stay in the Kindred ulti, heal up to full whilst they've been knocked out, and then it's just going to be a problem. It's a very high strategy, I would say. It's a very difficult one to pull off on P&D. I think TNN's is very simple, very get to them, kill them, run away kind of thing, and objective focus, where P&D is going to take a lot of communication, a lot of effort to make this make this composition work. So, but I'm a Kindred enjoyer. I do love Kindred, so I'm happy to see how this goes.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm also much of a Kindred enjoyer, so I want to see how this goes. But yeah, I totally agree with you. Poison Dragon is like comp just seems quite a bit harder to execute with the Kindred, with the Victor especially, while TNN have a kind of simple get in, get the shit done, get the fuck out.
Exactly, yeah. Ignore the screen at the moment. I've got it on the wrong way around, so I'm just giving them a quick fix right now. But yeah, what do you think about the comp though, personally? I know I spoke about that I think that P&D's is a difficult one to pull off, and TNN's is very smack your head on the keyboard kind of comp. Well, what do you personally think? Like,
well, I think that Poison Dragon is, as you mentioned, I just said, like, I totally agree. Now, the thing is, I think that Poison Dragons, they can still make, how would I say, like, they still have the potential for miracle plays, if I want to put it like this. Kindred can potentially, like, have potential DPS. Now, you have the Wukong, you have the Malphite, and the Syndra, which are very burst heavy, and they're only, like, consistent. DPS is kind of like Xayah. Now, Xayah can shred towers as well. So can Jinx, and well, you kind of had the thing on Poison Dragons going on with the double ADC, more or less.
Yeah, that's it.
So they can definitely take some objectives. They can just take some objectives faster, like the Herald, like the Baron, like the Dragons, and so on. These neutral objectives and towers, if they work together and pull off the comp correctly, they can just take these things a lot faster with the double ADCs.
Yeah, exactly.
I at least so I think. Then I remember, on the other hand, that Wukong can just queue the towers.
Yeah, he has an auto attack reset with the Q, and Malphite has an auto attack reset with the W. But again, I do think TNN have drafted something quite easy to pull off, and Wukong, they have just a go button, which I think P&D do not have, other than Ornn, and again, they have Milio as well that can speed up people and give them extra range, especially with Xayah, and yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. It all depends on how they play the game and how they play together.
Yeah, and as you said, they do have a no-brainer. On the other hand, TNN's no-brainer comp is quite easy to read.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as soon as they go in, you can already read, oh, now they're gonna try and do this. So you can easily play around that too. Just because their comp is very easy to read.
Yeah, and with them having a good scaling comp as well, with the fact they got Jinx and Victor on P&D, if they do allow the game to go longer and longer, then, and Ornn as well, obviously with the itemization, like, they do struggle.
They're just gonna tear the game open.
Exactly.
They do have good scaling on TNN as well.
Yeah.
Mainly the Syndra, but other than that, it's looking a bit weak. Like, Wukong does not scale too well, especially since they have like 4, I wouldn't say 4 hard scalers. The Ornn, like, everyone aside from the support are just hard scalers.
Yeah, exactly. Milio is another champion that I haven't played much of, or seen much of, to be honest. And I don't think there's anything that they can really cleanse themselves away from that makes Milio, like a good pick. It's not like they've got a Nautilus or something with point and click or something like that. So it's going. I say it's curious. I'm happy to see it though. And we'll go into the game. Yes, it's looking like it's going to be another basic defense, I think. There's nothing happening in the other game.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Yes, the wife's just on vision now. Found the no carry.
Serge,
yes.
There is something I would like to do. Would you mind looking up for me real quick something about the stream?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see. There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a Discord issue. I don't know why it does that, but yeah. So now you see it? Are we all good?
We all good.
Good. There we
go. Yeah. Doesn't look like there's too much happening now in the other game. Speaking of that, the scaling, I think Milo obviously can. Milo's in a bit of an odd spot. He doesn't technically scale well himself, but he can make his carry scale well with his ultimate and with his W, giving the attack range.
Yeah, it's just one thing for me. It's just like you'd pick that into stuff with the, that has some kind of CC. Big trading in mid lane though.
A lot of abilities being thrown, and not a lot of CS being picked up for Victor for now compared to the Syndra. But yeah, on top of that, you do have the thing with the Xayah. Xayah can turn into an absolute monster hyperscaler.
Exactly. I see them. That's the top laner, Welly SSA, on the Ornn has started with just pots, strictly pots. There's no. I think it's a strategy because then obviously you start the game with 600 gold, so I think you can early buy a brambles or something like that. I think I heard.
No. I've never actually seen that before. I'm happy you pointed that out. It's a bit of weird. Cookies and pods. You just sustain through to the, what is it? Against Malphite. I guess it's against a certain item. Probably Bami Cinder would be my guess.
Bami's would make sense, yeah.
And look how much damage he puts down. Jesus Christ.
Don't even need items. It's
Doing
crazy.
so much damage here. And more trades going on in the lane. People just trading like they're Yu-Gi-Oh, like the minions are the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Trading. I see. What are the junglers up to?
Yeah.
Wolf and Krugs. Top lane Skull still hasn't been taken yet.
Yeah, exactly. The mark was on the bottom side, Scuttle. I do feel
Yes,
like the Kindred was very... Oh, there's a fight in mid lane.
Ooh, they're trading again. Let's see when the ignites are coming down. Who's gonna flash ignite?
They both got TP.
They probably know one. They probably both have teleport.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Pilgrim in the bot lane. See on the cringe one.
Oh, flash trade. Kindred's coming on to the mid lane, and that's first blood for the victor.
Unfortunately for Kindred, she didn't get the assist at all. And, yeah, that was
Oh, no,
unfortunate.
they're not.
But she gets a free mark on the top side, which is great for her. And Victor really is
Teleport's
struggling.
used on the mid lane. The Syndra. And Kindred rotating around. Now Wukong's also here, so they're gonna have to play this careful. Kindred's a bit greedy, looking for another mark, and Victor just, gets taken down really easily by the Wukong here. He's in the back.
That is just an idea of just straight up really bad idea. Because like the wave was just frozen under the turret. All he had to do was go back on the wave and TP back into lane. Instead, he decided to trade his health and life for it. There was a fix. This is what TP's for. It's like, I need to back at a bad time. It's okay. It's a fix. But yeah.
Yeah, but still, it was a bit of a misplay there. A bit of a misimport. Kindred thinking she can stay. Oh, let's go beat the Syndra again. I need my mark. And Victor following it up. Now looks like TNN already started up the dragon.
This is one of the dragons that you would never expect, and yeah, I don't know if I'm for or against it. And all I know is like this is where games can lose and win, to be honest, because he's not been back yet, so it's a very stalled dragon. It's going to take a little bit longer. It's forced a lot of priority from bot side, and obviously if they weren't on board with that, then they're going to struggle. But they get it. This is great for them.
Yeah. I see Kindred just, they dropped down some pings. Kindred could have, while they went for the dragon, now they didn't have any vision on it, but when they went for it, Kindred should have just gone for a mark. Stacking early marks on Kindred is key to her.
You were correct on the Bami Cinder purchase as well, so he's going to forever push that lane in mid now. And the Malphite has been back and only got a...
That's interesting. Kindred and Wukong in the meetup on the...
Oh, I see, on the mark.
Yeah, on
all
the
you
mark.
need, all you need is a big one.
Here as well now.
Did you get it?
Wukong looks like he minded it.
Didn't get it. That's unfortunate. Okay, they notice that he's on his own. This is really good play from bot lane.
Just not enough damage on the bot lane to get the kill. Milo's roaming to the mid, but taking a lot of damage. But Wukong is here now to clean it up. Flashes for the kill. Now it's a 2-0 Wukong with a Sheen.
That's Pilgrim's really making it up for him, but CSM was holding on to his ulti. I'm not too sure why.
Can you turn the music off?
Oh, I didn't realize.
Still on.
Yeah. There you go. And that's it.
As I said, sound issues. Technical difficulties with the sound. Bong Oranges gets a solo kill with the ultimate. Straight into the hammer. And that rock has been turned to gravel.
Yeah, it's a bit of a problem up there. I'd say personally I wouldn't think about putting Malphite into an Ornn. To be fair, it makes it. If I say an Ornn, it's normally going to be like a Fiora or something like that can really punish him and be, like say, maximum health damage. So
yeah,
we're struggle on that one.
Or at least a Renekton, something that can sustain against this crazy damage. But yeah, Ornn just back and finished this item while Malphite finished his Bami Cinder. So now we have the little Bami Cinders versus the big Bummy Cinder matchup in the top lane. Janna trying to get a bit of poke down. And the roots connect. Damage coming down onto the Xayah, but just not enough to finish the job. There's a bit of a CS gap in the bot lane as well, like talking almost 20 CS ahead here. Well, straight up 20 CS ahead.
Yeah, there's just the support seems to be roaming a lot, which I think that when you're playing Enchanter, I'm not sure if that's exactly what you would want to do. Oh, he stole it away from
Ornn just steals, flashes in, just steals the big scuttle, gets the knock up, and is now just whooping Wukong's ass, who has to get his way to safety. Easy, says the Ornn, and thanks you for that one. Happy for the donation.
Very confident player to do that.
Malphite trying to trade back. Now, yeah, Malphite at least had a little bit of extra damage now with his own Bummy Cinder and being able to keep up. Kindred's trying to go for the invade. Not sure how that's gonna play out. 3 people coming down to her. Syndra's on the roam. But reveals herself and decides to go back for her. In the meantime, Ornn comes down with the ultimate once again.
Oh.
Smack, smack. Ults have been traded. Rocks have been slowed. No gravel has been grinded yet. But yeah, this matchup feels very Ornn favored here.
It's very difficult because he does AP damage as well. Into a Malphite that wants you to stack armor, so it's an unfortunate one. I wouldn't pick it into it, but maybe they have an idea for later on, and just surviving the laning phase is the plan of action.
Luckily, here is Malphite, and Malphite's ult is always going to be useful. On the other hand, I don't know if you want your Malphite to be quite that useless, or being almost 50 CS up, not to mention all the tower plating he's gotten now. Getting the first tower.
Yeah, it's close to 10 CS a minute in top side. Like, it's scary. Also for bot side as well, they're on 90 CS at 11, so they're looking at a good 8 point something CS. Turkey going for the all-in.
Syndra uses her ult, doesn't quite get the kill. Probably doesn't have the level in the execution yet. Kindred still trying to stack her marks. We don't see anyone spawned yet.
Oh,
Syndra taking the trade, and the Victor ult is probably going to take that. No, Syndra goes for the flash and manages to just survive. Jinx does have the ult available, but chooses not to aim for the Syndra. Instead, they're going to go for the fight here on the bot lane. Now Kindred's pathing bot as well. Meanwhile, Ornn is trading again on the top side. This poor Malphite can't do anything.
No, he's just existing at this point. I mean, he's going armor boots as well, which is going to cause him even further problems.
Now they're locked up. Let's see if they can get out of this one. The tornado goes wide, but Janna with a nice ultimate pushes him into, but the flash and heal expended. Wukong is now trying to salvage it. Meanwhile, Syndra on the flank is not gonna get spotted out and is probably just gonna run down and manage to kill the Janna. Meanwhile, Kindred is doing the dragon and is probably not gonna have 4 people on her. That's gonna be a fiasco. Let's see how Kindred is gonna manage this one. Gets a smite, doesn't get the ultimate off, and dies. I think Kindred did have ultimate app in that, but chooses not to use it here.
I think she's going to die regardless. I think that was her plan.
I think, yeah, depending on the Q cooldown, I think Kindred could have ulted and then Q'd over the wall, but yeah, I don't think it would have mattered either, because then Syndra would probably just go there.
Yeah, Syndra was on the other side, yeah.
Yeah, Syndra was on the other side. And I don't think Victor would want to go down there.
No, exactly.
The mark has spawned on the Gromps, which means that Kindred is still doesn't even have 5 marks, I think.
Yeah, so if it's the case, she's only got 2 at the moment.
Yeah.
We won't go on the big ones until 4. I think even up to 6, I believe. I'm not too sure though.
Yeah.
I think it's 6. As I said, I've played a lot of it, but it's been a while since I played it, since she got out of meta.
And then the last one up to 8 is gonna be Krugs and Wolves. And after that, 8 and above is just epic monsters.
Yeah. Yeah, considering that Zaya was struggling, was like 30 to 40 CS behind. She's kind of picked up the pace, and she's only now 12 CS behind instead of such a big deficit. She's still a level behind.
20 now. No, it's 12 instead of 20, but slowly picking it up. The Melio W probably helping out in that regard. We see that TNN has put down quite a lot of vision here. They see quite a bit onto the enemy jungle and the river. Meanwhile, Porus and Dragons just to control what is down on the top side.
Something that's so persistent is Tilky's CS though. He's again 140 CS at 14 minutes, close to 15 minutes, shall we say. But he's nearly got that near enough 10 CS a minute.
I was about to say, even Malphite is starting to look pretty danky now, but then I realized it doesn't really matter because Ornn does max health magic damage.
Yeah. Pilgrim's found Rabbit.
Yeah, that's a dead Kindred. Lamb chops. 2 of them this time. One from the Ornn, goat and lamb. Where is the lamb sauce? Says Wukong.
I don't know, Wukong is scary to deal with.
Yeah. Got his demands under completed. He can probably back for almost another half an item at this point. Probably has quite a bit of money on in his wallet. Melio's roaming again, but gets got out here. Ultimate is ticking, but they don't decide. They decide not to commit too hard to it, and back off. Gonna go for the second herald. Wukong may be trying to look for a steal here. Wukong Malphite, but Kindred managed to get it. One ultimate comes down. Ooh. The Wukong may be tanky, but this Ornn has been free farming basically. Kindred ult saves Wukong for just a little bit until she manages to get the shutdown on the monkey.
The 1-for-1 and well, the dying and
no. Excited.
Yeah,
rolls up
run it down. I'll say 1-for-1 but he died 2 on top side. So
bit of an item diff there. You see the Kraken Slayer against the Storm Razor, and I think the Kraken Slayer came out from the top and 10 to damage here. So, but Jinx managed to finish her cull, but decides to keep the cull apparently instead of selling it for more money.
Yeah, she's got 1,200 gold at the moment. She could sell it and get a new one. What are we saying? 1,300 gold and coming out of base. What's she holding?
Yeah. 1,300 gold. Wait, can you check the gold again? Was it 1,300?
It's 12, but if she gets,
she could have sold the cull and gone for a BF sword here.
Yeah, this is a really good timing from TNN on this Drake. They all need to go on cold, like they all need to. They're off cooldowns, so they've all spent, but yeah, but P&D haven't spent at the moment. This is like forced dragon. They have to just give this up. Rabbit is looking for a steal, but it's not going to happen.
Oh,
that was
close.
Very close to proof.
Yeah, and Wukong managed to miss the smite. Now Wukong is going full on onto the ADC, even flashes for it, and managed to get the kill. That was not, Janna was not be able to keep her ADC alive. with her ultimate being on cooldown still.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
And Syndra manages to pick up a tower in the mid lane. It's looking very good for TNN there. But so far I would almost say it's not because their comp has been shining through too much. Most of it seems to be like individual player skill, giving them small advantages every here and there. And of course Wukong being an absolute menace, being at the right time at the right place so many times.
Even though he's 7-1, he's literally only 1.1k ahead of the jungler. The deficit's really in top.
Yeah.
They're looking like the 3k ahead in top lane. Again,
yeah.
Bringing the gold's quite even, only 500 gold behind now as a team. But most of the gold is on the Ornn.
Not to mention, even stronger than on the Ornn, which is gold, is the levels. Like, Ornn is getting a lot of levels from being able to just be there and catching almost every single wave because of how healthy and tanky he is. So he gets a lot of levels, and the sooner Ornn gets those levels on his side lane, the sooner he can start giving out items for everyone else. Syndra opting to push for the side lanes. Managed to kill the Victor. I didn't even see when that happened. But apparently Victor died.
Yeah, it's an ulti job.
I like how Jinx keeps manages to trap the Wukong and Emilio in her traps so often, but never has enough damage to put it down. But now, finally managed to get a shutdown on the Wukong. Not to mention, that's a lot of money onto the carry. But Syndra is just split pushing so hard.
Looking for the Baron.
Getting a lot of return gold, not to mention giving up tier 2 towers almost is quite a deficit. Looks like Saya might meet her demise here. Featherstorm trying to say, guys, there's a little bit more time, but just not enough. And yeah, we can see finally the armor is somewhat working out here for the Malphite.
This is a very sneaky Baron call. I do like it though.
Yeah. Sneaky and slow, but looks like they'll manage to get it. That's a pretty quick Baron, like 21 minutes. And Malphite should not have face checked that one. And then he stops walking back, and yeah, Kieran manages to get on and head on this one, just takes it.
Yeah, that's
the
some really
not
good
being
call.
Hard enough.
It's a really good call because they saw that the jungler went down, and then you know the only person around the area was Wukong, and the carry was bot side. So a very good call there.
I totally agree. I'm Baron Coleman. Might just give them the edge that they need against this Wukong and Syndra here. Syndra and Wukong being like very strong here. And this is like what I mentioned in the draft as well. There's not much Victor and Kindred can do on the mid lane and against their jungle opponents in the earlier stages of the game, which has been very apparent. But now that the game is slowly dragging on and taking form, we'll see the Victor and Kindred scale up pretty good. I mean, so is Syndra, but with 218 CS, that's a massive. That's a 50 CS lead on the mid lane, on the Syndra.
Yeah, she's only going to get stronger and stronger. When you've got a team like they seem to be coordinating one together, like
yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
Power of the double AD carries coming through, lots of damage. Syndra shot her entire load onto the support and didn't have enough to kill it. And Kindred just comes in, starts firing lamp zones.
I'm saying at the moment it looks like Kindred has got her 2 core items with the Triforce and also the Kraken Slayer. Kraken being bought first, and then the Wukong. Again, the build is very situational because we've gone for the You know, the typical
Black Cleaver.
Black Cleaver, but the only person they need Black Cleaver is really needy for is Ornn, and you're not focusing him.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't think it's what you want to build. But
yeah.
looks
I would
like
almost have said in this case, like, just leave the Ornn be Ornn, let Xayah deal with Ornn, and Wukong just build lethality and go for the back line. Because look, that's exactly what he does. That's exactly what he's trying to do. But that's not where your Black Cleaver is going to shine, and Ornn apparently kills him anyway. Now Kindred's coming down with the ult, trying to save her mid laner. Looks like it's working so far.
Yeah.
Malphite is in the back line, gets K taken down by Kindred, and that is a 2 for naught. 3 for 2. And Ornn still trying to get something done.
You can see in the fights themselves that when they engage, they've got so much stalling time and disengage with the Janna and Kindred, and also the Victor W that can stun them off. It's so, if they don't one-shot the Kindred and get her out the game instantly, then the game, all their stuff goes on cooldown. It makes it very difficult to win the team fight as a whole, especially when the frontliner of Ornn is literally just 1v5 in everybody. Like, it's making it very difficult.
Yeah, Ornn looks pretty nigh unkillable here. Even throughout all of that, like, now Ornn did the dragon, but before they started the dragon, Ornn was like just above half health. You know, he has upgraded item. He now upgraded the Jinxes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. The Infinity has just got the passive on it.
And they start dealing so much damage.
Exactly.
And those crits start critting. Now Kindred, looks like Kindred has got her 3rd or 4th mark.
Let's have a look. Kindred is...
Because that was a scuttle. 4th, that was the 4th mark, yeah. Finally, Kindred finally got her first upgrade on the marks.
So we've got Tuki still trying to top. Still gonna dive.
That's ADC int. But they're trying to look for a return there. Kill, Victor's coming in. Melee pop the ult to try and speed them up and heal them. Not sure if that's... looks like that'll be enough to get the disengage going. Oh, damn. That's what I was talking about, like the deficit. Now the CS gap isn't as huge anymore on the mid lane, but the Syndra is strong. The Syndra ultimate with like 4 or 5 balls will absolutely blow up anyone.
Exactly, especially when she's farmed up as well. Let's have a look at the raids that she's got as well. How many has she got? What does it say?
Yeah, she should have quite a bit of range. And I see, you can see that Ornn, you know, Ornn has the Yaksho, he has the Thornmail and the the Sunfire Cape. And he built armor boots as well, so he has a lot of AD resist against the Xayah and against the Wukong. But I think Ornn's main threat here is probably going to end up being the Syndra. And I wouldn't go so far as potentially the Malphite. Now Malphite is not going AP, but still does magic damage like with his Q ultimate. But Syndra is going to be the main threat here.
That's it, yeah. We're looking towards the 3rd items as well. I mean, Wukong has built, I say, the very tanky bruiser heavy build. But again, I don't think Triforce would be a bad option for him in this game. To eliminate the back line, like he would just one-shot most people with the Triforce build. But yeah, it's a very risky. I mean, she's very close as well in mid lane, Syndra, to her Rabadon's death cap. So that's
yeah, once Syndra completes the Rabadons, yeah, that Ornn is gonna. I don't know if he's gonna need to buy some pretty hard magic resist. Probably gonna need 2 full magic resist items for that. Top of that, Syndra after the Rabadon goes down is probably gonna be a void staff in the near future.
Potentially, but again,
Syndra's gonna hurt.
Still needs to get the Sonya's hourglass. She has got a stopwatch already. She will need to get that event. That Sonya's eventually. Victor's close to 40 CS, 39 to be exact. But bot lane now, Zaya has 205 CS to 190 Jinx.
Yeah.
So she's caught
Used
that
to be
back
the
up.
other way around.
Yeah, it did. And then now they're going to be looking for the Baron as well. They want to take this. It's both got 2 dragons apiece. I'm looking to be an Ocean Drake, which will be very nice for them.
Oh, there we see the powers of Syndra, but luckily there's a Kindred ult to save that. She walks away, tries to heal from the jungle camp. Ooh, just barely survived. Malphite comes in with the teleport. And here comes Syndra, coming down with
Toki
big
has
damage.
no
One
ulti.
ult coming down. Beautiful knockup, but Syndra Sonya's it, and Jinx goes down. Now Ornn and Victor are going to try and escape, but I think they might even get the kill onto the... Yeah, they're getting the kill back on the Malphite. Not that it's that much, but...
They have plenty of damage without the Jinx, so they still have to be careful.
Now the different teams are posturing around the Baron. Not wanting to let any other team get it. Looks like, yeah, they're in a bit of a pickle here. As Janna just gets blown up. Now Wukong is in the back line. That means take down the Kindred with the feathers. Ooh,
Jinx was
nice
massive.
Jinx ult. That was so close to killing 4 people.
Oh, she really got the auto off.
The auto just barely doesn't go through, and
the sound of the
doesn't do enough
animation
damage to
was
take down
coming
Syndra.
through. The sound of it was
yeah,
coming
the animation
through.
came through, but the red buff healing tick, I think, managed to save her. We'll see that. Looks like Jinx is looking to build a Bloodthirster. Looks like Jinx is building 2 items at once. But
yeah,
looks like she'll be opting for the Bloodthirster here. Gonna need that healing she can get.
the deficit of gold is only, it's like 2k now when it used to be 3 point something. So
Yeah.
they are trying to get back in there, but I do fear for TNN because the scaling on the side of PNG. PND does go pretty well, but they do have Syndra 7 and 3, 271 CS, can one shot pretty much anybody on the opposing team. Other than Ornn, obviously.
It's all about the state of the game. Look how like Syndra is basically already in the late game, while Kindred's still jumping around, trying to finish her 3rd item. Meanwhile, Syndra's looking for her 4th.
Ornn is going to need some MR and pronto.
Yes, but look, he's still building. He's building more armor. Looks like he's trying to build a frozen heart.
Yes. Good for the frozen heart. They've gone for as well the Mikhail's Crucible on Milio, but I'm not too sure what you need to stop.
What he's cleansing, yeah, he can cleanse the Jinx root. Maybe the Victor stun, but that's
fine. But even without MR items, he's just
look at this. The Ornn is just running down the super fed Syndra, just walks at her
without any magic resistance. And the team are just falling victim to this. Like, they're all trying to focus this Ornn, who's just not dying. Not with ease.
Yeah, they just had to use heal, and now Victor's coming in, trying to clean up, trying to manage his Ornn. But, yeah, he might even be able to get it here. Ooh, yeah, that's a lot of damage. And the Jinx Rocket just takes it down. Victor's coming down with the kill. And the Janna is just stopping the Emilio from being able to flee, and that's another kill for Sprupe. Sprupe.
Whichever he wants to be, he can be. And this is 1 kill.
So that's 3 kills just for the Ornn. Syndra managed to get out alive though, and that's ult for ult traded from the jungler and the mid laner. not gonna be able to keep you alive next time. Now Kindred ult is pretty long, so whenever Kindred saves herself with her ultimate from the Syndra ultimate, Syndra's gonna have her ult up faster again. Looks like they're gonna start up the Baron, and Syndra's gonna try to look to one-shot someone. Didn't quite work well, still manages to get the kill, and that's a double kill for the Syndra. But now comes in the Kindred, a triple kill for Syndra. And Victor's gonna be forced to back off. Yeah, they don't have a lot of. They're not that tanky without their precious Ornn here. But Victor being able to deal enough damage to take down the Malphite.
But in the same
damage
breath,
is taking.
In the same breath, Victor is
bonk bonk. Here comes the Ram.
Oh,
ooh, but doesn't get off the ult. Wukong really wants the Victor dead. And to skip this one. A lot of back and forth here. We're still like, gold is still almost even.
Yeah,
Syndra managing to pull off the triple kill here was huge for the.
Oh, big ulti from Jinx. How did he see that?
That's what you like to see. That happens when you. That's why you don't want to recall an award. But yeah, I think Syndra's gonna be less and less of a problem also against the likes of the Kindred. Now, for now, Syndra does one-shot the Kindred. Now that is not gonna change, but Kindred's gonna get more range. Oh shit! Now they're just waiting out, like expecting and one-shotting. That Syndra's dealing tons of damage, and you can see she's already started building the Void Staff. And once that Void Staff is completed, Ornn is gonna need some serious magic resist. He already started building some.
Yeah, he's got the No Man tool right now. Yeah,
but not sure if that's gonna be enough.
I think it's gonna be enough later on, but for currently now it's going to be. I think the next big fight is going to be on the Dragon. Again, I don't have them up, but Dragon is going to be the next big one.
Yeah.
We got 30 seconds on the Ocean Drake.
Yeah, because obviously, Poison Dragon's really gonna want that Ocean Soul. It's gonna give them all the survivability they need against the likes of the Wukong and the Saya and the Syndra. Gonna give them a huge advantage in terms of that. And obviously, TNN doesn't really want to give that one again away.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
And TNN are going to be the ones to start it up. While Syndra's just bushwhack. Oh, look at that Syndra damage. It's beautiful.
He stole it.
Yes. That is my favorite thing to do when I play Kindred. W for the vision, hop over the wall, smite, hop back over the other side. Ta-da!
Oh, it's
good every time.
It's beautiful. Very well played. And I see again, gone for the Cleaver third item on Kindred. But this time it makes more sense. There's two bruisers on, well, there's one tank and one bruiser. So they've got half stackers.
Syndra's trying to look for the flank here. Took the blast plant over, but here's Ornn. Ooh, but gets knocked back. Kindred's forced to ult. Syndra's trying to ult. Malphite misses his ultimate.
So
Ornn does not manage to get off his battering ram.
It's okay though. I think they win this fight.
Yeah, still I think it's still win this. Jinx is on the prowl here, trying to goes excited, and that's just gonna be excited on excited stacks. Ooh, Jinx gets the triple kill. Eventually gets taken down by the Syndra, but you can see that the Ocean Soul is just coming so clutch, just healing him for so much sustain.
Very big fight. So the steal on the Ocean Drake is pretty much close to one in the game, I would say.
Yeah,
put him in a very good state.
If it hasn't turned the game around, I'm pretty sure that was the winning steal here for the Kindred.
Exactly. I would be very upset if I was on Syndra, going 3-4 and still not able to win.
Jungle gap.
That would hurt me so much. That would hurt me so much.
That's when you start spamming the enemy jungler, your own jungler smite.
You've been a solo queue too much, you are. It's very true though. Hopefully they don't choose to just slow down the game and they just keep pushing now. When they get the Baron, they've all just off resets, I believe. They've all spent the gold except for Victor. Victor does need to spend gold. He's going to be slow on the recall, but he does have TP, so he could just go back now and get a reset quickly. Oh, okay.
Or Syndra just does it for him.
Yeah, send him back to base. Why not? Yeah.
I feel like this has kind of been the story of the mid lane. Just Syndra just sends his Victor back to the base with the ultimate almost every time. The heal is big. A lot of cooldowns being used, a lot of ultimates going down. But it looks like TNN are going to come out on top of that fight.
Yeah, it's looking very poorly for them.
You may win the skirmishes, but you do not win the 5v5s here. Not without Victor's loads of AoE damage and with your backline getting focused here. It was a nice try from the Janna to try and keep everyone away with her ultimate. And the shield, this Janna's doing so much work. Look at this! Ornn staying alive for so long.
This could be a game-winning push.
This could be, yeah. 11 seconds left on the Victor. I mean, I guess I'm blind. 10 seconds left on the Victor, but this might just be game.
And it is?
Janna doesn't have, yeah. Janna can't defend this on her own, and this is straight up game for TNN.
That was very surprising to me. I was not expecting that to happen at all.
Yeah. When Portals and Dragons got the Baron, I was kind of feeling like, yeah, now they just go and push lanes and end, right? Right? But no. It's a great steal from the Kindred, but can't win them all, I guess.
Very, very true.
I like how in the end the CS on the junglers was exactly the same, 212, 212.
That's crazy. So, it sounds blown away by that, to be honest with you. Yeah, I was completely gonna got the dragon and then the Baron. I just thought they were gonna
and
just...
that was a huge turn by TNN. Like Syndra just blowing up people left and right. Wukong on the backline with his ultimate, and was some great engages there on the end from TNN, and they managed to take the game from that.
The problem that I'm finding is the mid laner does not know when to back. He has no idea when to base. And he just keeps on getting caught, and then that basically threw the game, because he didn't base, and then because he died, he didn't have the wave clear. They all got jumped on and they died. It happened a few times in that game, so I'm kind of kind of curious.
I think the Kindred pick, for example, for Portals and Dragons the Kindred pick was great. Did a lot of work with it. But it was mostly on the Victor. Was not playing. Probably didn't look like he was on his best today. Here.
Exactly. Well, that's what we're going to do now. Though, we're going to go for a quick little break so we can get a drink and all sorts, and then we will reconvene once that's all done.
Yeah, we'll be back in about 4 minutes, and we'll be heading into our next draft phase then. See you guys then. Welcome back. Well, now we're almost done with our break, and we should be getting into our draft phase for Game 3 any moment now.
Yeah.
Let's see what have the teams in store for us now. Let's see. We can see that TNN already banned. They banned Renata and Gwen, and Poison Dragons banned Bears and Lulu. And now we're looking at TNN third ban, which is going to be the Kindred. Guess they didn't like that steal from the last game.
Yeah. Then they made these bans a little bit personal. Yeah, the Renata did.
Renata, we played against it, we hated it. Gwen, we hated it into the Warden.
Yeah.
Kindred, disgusting steals. Remove it.
That's it.
Meanwhile, Poison Dragons are keeping to their stock standard Varus, Lulu, Oriana, which they did not. I feel like they've done that one 3 times in a row now.
I'm not too sure on the Varus ban.
The Varus and the Oriana, at least. I'm pretty sure I've seen that 3 times now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they think about Varus. Like, it's kind of strange. I don't see Varus that often being that good, to be honest. But Oriana makes sense. Lulu, I believe that TNN's support is a Lulu player. So.
Ooh, now TNN is gonna opt for the Jinx. And Poison Dragons want the Syndra this time. Let's see, their last game, their mid laner didn't do too well on the Victor. Let's see if he can perform better on the Syndra.
They have got the Jinx Milio, which is kind of a big combination.
Yeah, we can already see Poison Dragons opted to go for the Janna again. Janna was doing, in my opinion, Janna was doing God's War last game. The Qs by stopping the Milio every now and then, and the disengage ults. But not bad.
Yeah, it was working.
Soraka.
I was expecting Milio, to be fair, and I think they may have missed out on that one, but I don't think Janna can really stop Soraka doing what she does best. So
no, exactly.
I don't think it's a bad decision, especially if you've got to carry in. It's always been third pick, Ornn. Every game.
Yeah, every game, one third pick. See, and that's why TNN banned the Gwen again. They were like, no Gwen, we want Ornn. And yeah, they picked that up as their third pick again. I mean, Poison Dragons on opting. Looks like they're opting for the Ashe here. Janna Ashe. I'm not too sure about that one.
I think it's. I say the problem Ashe has is people can get onto it, but Janna obviously stops that from happening with the Qs and her ulti gets away from Ashe. And once you get Ashe in a good position, she can run anybody down. Like you can't do anything.
That's just true. But for that, you need a good position. Personally, for Ashe, I have to be fair. I'm absolutely an Ashe Braum fan. Or Braum has knockouts, can keep people away with his ult as well, kind of like the Janna. Not disengage heavy, but can refuse disengage. On top of that, he has his shield for safety, and of course the Braum's passive with Ashe's Q is absolutely devastating.
Exactly.
As we keep seeing Zac, J4, and Lissandra ban here.
I wonder what they're going to play mid into Syndra. That's a curious one. Lissandra banned for Tux, one of his known champions for him in mid lane. Plays that quite consistently, quite well. I feel like it's going to be another Brand angle for mid lane. I feel like they're going to pick Brand again.
I wouldn't be too surprised if I see that, yeah. And we see the Fiora ban.
That's one thing I always try to think about. Ornn is really bad into Fiora, like against Fiora.
Yeah.
There's plenty of other picks you can pick into Ornn, not just them two, but they are the ones that really do well into that champion. So
I wonder if something like the Tryndamere is going to do well into the Ornn.
Trundle will do well into Ornn. You can steal it.
Yeah, but I would assume Ornn would go jungle. Not that he can't still do well into the Ornn, but not exactly the lane matchup. But we'll see where he goes. I would assume Trundle is going to go jungle. Rolling around.
They're looking very Freljordian right now, I'll be honest.
Yeah. And the Ashe, the Trundle, the Ornn, and the Lissandra ban.
The Ivan is...
Are we finally gonna see the Ivern come out here? Yes, we will. Not sure who that's gonna go well with. Thinking about Ivern's Q, you know, imagine Ivern Qs someone and Jinx tries to right-click someone and now she's in the enemy's in the Trundle's face. Tristana. They have a lot of they have a lot of range aside from the Ornn, so I'm not sure if that is such a good thing with the Ivern, because with the Ivern we kind of want a lot of like assassins. I would almost say like melee assassins tend to be well with Ivern, but I'm not really seeing that here. Except for the melee assassin Ornn. Camille. That'll do. Naturally, I think Camille will do quite well into the Ornn. True damage Q, magic, resist, shield. I don't think Camille's gonna have that bad of a time here.
Hey, I don't know why, but Draken, you're echoing. Maybe your voice gets picked up on both like streams. I don't know, but your voice is echoing right now.
Both streams.
I think it's okay now. I think there's a sound thing, but I've sorted it now.
Echo should be fixed now?
Yeah, it should be. Should be fine.
Aster with the higher pitched voice dies.
So good though. Yeah, so they did last pick. Yeah, what do you think about that comp set? Like, got Camille into the Ornn. That's pretty favoursome for Camille. Trundle into Ivern. I believe that Ivern wins that matchup quite easily. I ain't gonna lie. Tristana into Syndra. I think Syndra does well into Tristana like the first game, but Tuki, I feel, is just individually a better player, I must admit, than what that he's against today, the TSM. But we can see how it goes and how it should do, because I do think that Tristana doesn't really win this matchup into Syndra if Syndra plays it well. Jinx into Ashe and bot lane, I feel like it's just going to be pushing waves backwards and forwards. So until 6, and then Ashe could just ulti the Soraka and she dies. It's pretty much how
I totally agree with you there. We're probably going to see it like at 6, we're going to see the Ashe ult and then the Janna Q and the fall into the Soraka, but yeah, I think Camille wins into Ornn here, at least in the later stages of the game. Not so much in the beginning, because Camille kind of needs to scale a bit more, and Ornn can just, like we saw last game, go into the Balmy Cinder, and he has a lot of damage on his passive. I'm unsure about the Trundle Ivern one. Ivern has a better clear, but Trundle has Trundle things, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. I played the matchup a few times and looked at win ratios myself. Because when I was playing against a Trundle player, I would pick Ivern. I just think like Ivern was going to try and run in at you, and you just can slow him down with Daisy, and you can't deal with Daisy either. And Ivern just it can just negate anything that Trundle does. So makes it quite easy. And Ivern's really good at just pushing themselves in each lane. The thing that they do lack is AP damage, but Ornn does okay with AP. But Camille's going to really cause havoc in top lane. So if they just focus on top, so I give up the first 2 Drakes. P&D give up the first 2 Drakes just to establish to Camille to be really strong. And kind of just force them into a position on the 3rd Drake where Camille has got like a big lead just to join the fights. And then, you can just win every fight when Camille gets, her divine. Her divine Thunderer. So, yeah.
If I was Porous and Dragons, I would probably just, I would probably just focus Trundle, Syndra, and just focus down the Tristana with Trundle and Syndra. I think that's, I think that would be the pleasure. Syndra and Trundle against the Tristana, because Syndra can stop Tristana's jump, and Trundle's E can actually hit Tristana out of the middle of her jump, even if it's buffered or something. Trundle's can just knock her straight out of that.
Exactly. Another game was going to be a lot of farming, a lot of fighting, a lot of mid lane matchup differential, I think. But we'll see how it goes. I think Syndra has an opportunity this game to put her namesake to.
Yeah, didn't do so well last game, so we'll hope it'll go better for him this time. Him, Syndra now.
Yeah, exactly. I think Camille as well will, like I say, will do well into Ornn. I think every game he's had a counter matchup. Noah's been shoved on the tanks. On tank duty for Noah, and then you've got Camille, Gwen, and Ornn himself. Pretty much, well, to be fair, Noah kind of countered himself in the second game, but
yeah,
he had the opportunity.
Well, he still came out of top, even though he countered himself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll be putting our feet onto the rift soon, and we'll see when this game brings us.
So loading into the game now, so another 30 seconds or so, and we will be straight in with the action.
And now we are back, setting our feet back onto the rift here for the potential last game of the evening.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
And it looks like they're gonna all five go top, I guess.
Yeah, looking for
those invades. He's going wide, and that's it, I guess. That'll be it. No, Soraka wants the money from the support item. 20 gold, GG. Let's see here. We can already see, like, Tristano's trying to play the long farming game here. Starts with a call on the mid lane. And we see Ashe opted into the longsword 3 pods start.
think you haven't swapped yet into the league game.
What?
I don't think you've swapped to the league game yet, because right now all I can see is the.
It's swapped.
Oh.
What's that?
Yeah, there you go.
Looks like we're just full of technical issues today.
Nice, mate. I'm with it.
Is
There we go.
game starting out with a bit of action down the bot lane.
It looks like Pilgrim stole the blue buff.
And otherwise, mostly just a little bit of trading and farming going around. Very interesting top lane matchup. As usual. Villain's pushing in. This might be a gank here. The stun comes down. And Trundle not using the pillar. Oh, it's still level 2. And Tristana flash jumps out of there.
Yeah, he did a weird clear. He did his blue raptors and ganked mid lane. So that's kind of a weird kind of path.
Ash, very happy that she had the 3 pawns apparently. Trying to keep up with the healing that the Soraka can provide. And Camille looking pretty good on this top lane here. Pretty safe. And doing the favorable trades into the Yorn. As expected. Well, that doesn't look like too much is happening.
No, it's going to be a very plain start to game. I think it's been the same for all the way through the series, to be fair. It's very slow at the start and gets hectic a little bit later on. But Pilgrim's looking for a free gank on top.
Trades just going all over the board, and yeah, just as expected. Probably not much action here in the early game, unless there's the first blood coming down for the Syndra here.
Let's get on the Syndra for sure.
And that should be quite a lot of gold into the back pocket. 400 gold for the first blood, going to the back pocket of the Syndra. Gonna stabilize her lane by quite a bit. And a little bit of a redemption here from last game when he played Victor, but so looking quite a bit better, for now at least. As the dragon spawning and the team posturing around it. Looks like Iron's trying to make his way, looks like both teams want it, but they might have to give this one over to the Boars and Dragons.
Very well played.
Oh, nice jump cancel from the Janna here on through this Tristana.
Pilgrim going for the tilt play.
And Jinx manages to take the dragon. And just steals it away from right under their noses.
Yeah, he did get the steal, but it was a very flippy kind of play that was. There's nothing wrong with just
Great
giving
steal,
it up.
actually.
Yeah, it was a very good steal, but I feel like it's kind of punished the fact like they've done it every game where they've decided to do it level 4 before even the junglers had a base. So
that Mountain Drake is going to help them out quite a bit in the other game. Obviously, it's going to be better later because it's percentage based.
Yeah.
But
level 6.
taking quite a bit less damage. Syndra's all going down, and that may be a dead Tristana. That's straight up a solo kill for the Syndra here.
Yeah, some of your carries. he's showing. He's making me bite my words that I said before about him being mid gap.
Let's see if the tower plate on the bot lane was going down, but I think so. So the Jinx is looking pretty good here. Up quite a bit of CS and got the dragon looking quite good. And now Trundle's collapsing onto the Ornn and just gets the kill, takes him down. Easy as that.
It's a shame that the kill wasn't given over to the Camille though.
Extending the lead onto the Camille just even further. Not only did she do a lot of CS ahead, now she'll get a lane prio. And the Sheen has been just probably just gonna keep doing lots of work into the Ornn.
Exactly. It is a shame that the kill didn't go over to Camille instead of over to Trundle. But again, ahead Trundle is just as good. Oh, we're going for a dive here.
Oh, just down out, looking for the dive, gets pushed back, taking a lot of tower damage, but the auto attack is gonna finish it off. And that is what I call a successful dive. Now, Iron is trying to steal away some camps. There's one level up. Gets a snare, but... And just yoinks the Raptors from the Trundle away. That's what we were talking about. Trundle doesn't have that much, that good of a wave clear. Or a jungle clear in this case. Compared to the Ivern.
No, he doesn't. But again, it's one of them things where I feel like Trundle's going to struggle later on in the game than he is in the early.
Oh yeah, for sure. On the other hand, Trundle's going to have like quite a good damage onto the single targets, you know, gonna be able to keep like the Tristana out, you know, be with the knockups, and the Ornn out of the fights.
Yeah,
gonna come in handy.
With him having one tank as well, Trundle can get full use value off just Ornn, making him have no stats, or at least reduce stats.
Gonna turn this Ornn into a full-on stat slave. Ooh, that's good. Soraka's managing to get the root off, but Jinx is slow. Iron's coming in for the rescue. As a level 6, Dave's just gonna come down and just start scaring them off.
Great also.
Super Mega Death Rock is gonna go wide, and no one's gonna fall here. Just a bit of a skirmish as people trying to get theirs. Jinx up quite a lot of CS. Tristana jumping in onto the Syndra, just keeps oppressing her, and that's another kill for the Tristana. Looked very good in the early game for the Syndra, but giving away 2 solo kills, not too good. Just by getting jumped on here.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. It was with Ashe.
Janna is good with the knock-up. Ashe is just crazy, but Soraka comes clutch with the heal, gets it in return. Einrun gets the root off, and that is just devastating. With no vision, just pushing up like that from Forest and Dragons, just basically running it down with no vision in the jungle. Ornn is just, no, not Ornn, Ivern is just gonna walk up and collect his assists. It already looked bad before that when Soraka was able to get her stuff off, and now Syndra's gonna get pushed back. Probably gonna get a return kill, not quite. Alder's not gonna be able to kill the Tristana quite. And almost dies, and this... Ooh, that is close. Super Mega Death Rocket already doing crazy amounts of damage. And Syndra wants to stay a bit for the cannon CS. Meanwhile, Ornn gets a little bit of free farm on the top lane. Bit of a plate. But Camille still quite a bit of head on the CS here. And this Tristana's pushing power is just crazy. So many plates.
Yeah, they've got 3 plates, solo plates on Tristana. It's a big deal.
Yeah. Jinx is getting a lot of damage done. But now it looks like Trundle is going to be able to kill down. Yeah, managed to get the shutdown on the Tristana. Great plays from the Trundle here, all over the place.
Exactly.
He's trying his best.
That's all you can do. think Sprup as well as Sprupe has had quite a good series as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Nice from Not Your Carry.
They managed to get the Jinx down. Jinx has been very impressive here now in the state of the game. Like, has been doing good ults. Well, one good ult that did like loads of damage onto the Syndra, and now Syndra came back for a little bit of revenge. And here we see, you know, this matchup on the top lane kind of goes exactly like I thought it would. Camille is just demolishing this Ornn. Rupe not too good of a position, and Jinx steals another. This time, earlier this time, with the rockets, and now with the super mega death rocket instead, just takes down Drake after Drake. Who needs a jungler if you have an ADC?
Very true. To be fair, I mean, I know for a fact it does more damage than a smite does pre 1300. I mean, even then, I think it still does more than that if you can time it right.
Yeah, as far as I know, is also like the damage cap on the super mega death rocket is higher than the smite, so it does more damage than the smite. But still, you can pull the dragon, you can expect these things, and the super mega death rocket does not actually connect on dragons.
Yeah.
So what hits and what does the damage is actually the splash damage. So as long as you don't manage to expect it and not get hit by that rocket, the dragon doesn't actually take any damage from it.
Exactly. It's a bit like I think Ashe does splash damage as well. I don't think it's as good, obviously, but a lot of people have to think about Senna as well. They think that does damage, and obviously it doesn't.
Okay, this Jinx. There comes the cleanse. Super mega death rocket goes wide. Unfortunately, this Jinx cannot hit champions as well as she can hit the dragon, apparently. But still looking pretty good. Damage is pretty strong on this Jinx. It didn't take long to get like crazy amounts of damage here. But now Trundle comes in, tries to get the Soraka, smites it as well. But Janna knocks the Soraka back. Soraka ults out, and the shutdown goes over to the Ashe. Meanwhile, on the top lane, this Camille is just looking completely healthy, and oosh, dang, Tristana just straight up goes in with the jump, but gets blocked. Doesn't amount to more as the jump is already used. Can't follow that one up more. Camille, just devastating. Just bullying the Ornn here.
Yeah, close to being 40 CS ahead as well.
Ornn, you have no mana. Just keeps going. Syndra's coming up for the roam. They might be able to. Ooh, the stun goes wide. Syndra misses the stun, but the point and click, all the toes connect and manages to execute the Ornn. Death Rocket does not do as much damage against the Camille as it does against the Syndra.
Look at this.
But this Tristana's power damage is just crazy. Oh no! You do not want to see that. Got stuck between two walls here. That was such a nice play from Rabbit Panda. Perfectly placed E. But the pushing power of this Tristana is absolutely devastating. Look at this. 2 towers already taken on the mid lane from the Tristana. She may be 2 and 4, but she makes up for it with the objective damage channel push.
So much. This game has been a bit more hectic than it normally is. To be fair, 13 kills in 16 minutes.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a bit of a slower game, but obviously I've been proven wrong. And this, ooh, the true damage from the Camille now that her Divine Sunder is completed, absolutely shreds through this Ornn here. Jinx also doing crazy amounts of tower damage, blocking them off, and Tornado connects, but doesn't look like it's gonna amount to much more. Ivern is looking, but has a Trundle in his heels, as well as the Syndra. They're looking to fight. Ooh, that connects. But Jinx does not have the ult. probably not gonna be able to execute these under the tower. And Ivern is just clearing out vision a bit, it seems.
Yeah, they're looking to engage on mid again. Looking at the.
Yeah. Looks Syndra a bit overextended, as we've come to learn from it, but managed to hit the knockback and the stun, and nothing more happens. Oh my god, this Camille damage.
There's so much happening in both lanes.
Oh, these Janna like knockbacks, knocking the back into the team. Those look great. Didn't manage to mount too much now, unfortunately, but now Camille's on the prowl. Scissor Lady is coming, and he's looking to snip again. This Poison Dragons top laner has this thing for scissors.
It's very true.
He's looking for the snips. Look at this.
Even though it wasn't the way that I was expecting them to get the first 2 dragons, I did say about they need to give over the first 2 drakes.
Yeah,
and
that's one way. They tried. Let's see if Jinx does not have her ult this time. So maybe Poison Dragons can manage to actually take down a dragon this time. Now that Jinx isn't there, chasing the Ashe instead. And now Poison Dragons are trying to come for the rescue. Is it gonna be enough? No, it's not. And Jinx manages to get the kill onto the Ashe. Just chasing her down. Ooh. And those Soraka heals heal a lot now. 300 on a Soraka heal. Jinx is up 50 CS. And in return, Camille is up for 40 CS.
Now, this is the only game that I've seen Tucky not have close to 10 CS a minute. Very...
Yeah, actually.
It's been a little bit more aggressive, I feel, with the way that the wave's gone. I mean, he's 2 and 5, yeah, sure. But he's taken 2 mid lane turrets, and I think he's going to be ahead. Yeah, he's ahead by 1,400 in gold.
Yeah, just because of the tower gold. Yeah. Now the Ashe ult is coming down. Is it gonna hit? No, it's not gonna hit the Tristana, and they're gonna take another Herald. So they really want those Heralds because the Herald and Tristana push. Tristana's now on the bot lane. Trundle is looking. Not much was gonna happen there from the looks of it. And Camille is gonna go to her dormant top state once again. She might be able to get a kill here on the Ornn. Unless he manages to get a dash out. Look at this damage. Half HP.
Exactly.
Oh, just a little bit of farming going on. This Ornn really does not want to keep fighting the Camille.
No.
Doesn't have a Yakshos either, just the Sunfire and that. A little fun mail.
I don't think the Bramble's a good idea either, though. She only heals because of the item that she's got, but that isn't the reason why. She's good.
We can see the Trundle also. Trundle also heals and has like the Divine Sunder also now. So that's. I don't think the Bramble Vest is that bad of a buy here.
I don't think it's a bad of a buy. No, I don't think. I don't know what else
against like auto attackers. You have the Camille. Look at Camille and Trundle basically having the same build, and then you also have the Ashe. So especially in the later stages of the game, when Ashe starts firing a lot of arrows, you want the Thorn Mails, definitely.
It is like 8 CS a minute for the Jinx on 185 for 21 minutes. But I do feel that.
Oh damn! Look at this Camille damage. Oh, the Ashe arrow connects, but the bounce castle almost manages to save the Ivern, but Camille just manages to get it off, and now just ults the Ornn. I think that's it. for the Ornn.
I think he's dead here.
Unless...
Oh, the heal from Soraka.
Soraka heal and the knockups under the tower. Yeah, they have such a bouncy house though. The Ivern, the Daisy, and the Ornn ult, and the knockups from Ornn. Just crazy bouncy castle over there.
Exactly. Gonna be pretty good. But P&D again are heading kills and they're looking for it. They can't do the dragon though.
Yeah, can't do the Baron as they're running the risk of losing their mid tier 3. Teleport's coming in, probably Syndra teleporting down here. No, it's the Ornn. Of course, because it was blue teleport. My bad. And Syndra just takes down the Jinx here. Very strong. A lot of damage. And now with Jinx gone, they can just run them down with the Trundle, with the Camille. Tristana's just trying to push in the side lanes. Now Daisy's coming in, trying to slow them down a bit. The Soraka healing is crazy.
Nice, good hit from the Ashe.
Yeah, but Ashe hits her, and that's a dead Soraka. No more healing. And it looks like they're looking for another dragon. Hopefully this won't get stolen by another Jinx ult, as it's about to come up in a few seconds here. Tristana's just split pushing these towers, absolutely destroying them. So keep your eyes on the Jinx ult. Up, and probably on his way. Choo! And it misses. Don managed to get the dragon, and Camille survives, and they get the Tristana as well. Oh, now the Ornn ult is coming in. Nobody gets caught in it, and looks like the team is trying to get out, but yeah, they have to sacrifice the Syndra to get out here. But overall, 3-for-1 over that entire extended fight. Let's see who's gonna knock on Baron's doors next. Achoo.
Bless you. 505 on the jungle though. He's doing a lot of work this game. Yeah. What is Pilgrim doing?
He tried to go for the Raptor steal and it cost him his life instead. But yeah.
Big ulti.
Yeah, that's what I like to see. The snipe from the Ashe onto the Soraka. Like you said earlier, you know, Soraka ult, Ashe ult onto the Soraka, and that should be a Baron. That's 3 for none. And everyone's top side. Looks like Tristana is gonna look to keep pushing in the bot lane here. But
the way I see it,
looks like they're gonna be able to pick up the Baron here.
Have you ever been in games where you've got 17 kills and you're not ahead in gold?
You're right.
That's crazy. Crazy.
I think so. Yes. Must have happened at some point because I played a lot of games.
It has now because of the Baron. They have swung the gold.
They have it now because of the Baron, but look at the towers. Porous and Dragons haven't been able to take down a single tower yet. Meanwhile, they're defending their inhibs. Yes. And all of that because of the Tristana split pushing. It bodes ill. It's freak season.
Yeah, Freak didn't like a lot of the things. 80s jungle was being one of them.
Yeah. We'll see who the Camille goes on. Like now, again, we see the Camille. Look how fed Camille turned out. We see them be together, and this Janna also has a short Laylas. So as soon as the Shorelas gets popped and maybe Camille ults someone, whoever Camille ults and Trundle is there as well to help out, they're just dead. They'll just melt.
The
Doesn't even
A-ramming
matter if
currently.
it's the Orn.
Syndra's pushing bot lane from having none. Oh, Noah has gone for the big ulti. Missed everyone.
His ult goes wide and he goes in anyway. Tries to get into the back line. But Camille stops it, and that's a Tristana down. That was a bad engage from the Orn, kind of baiting the Tristana into an early grave here. As now they go onto the Jinx and onto the Ivern, and Camille kills the Ivern on the back of it. Soraka is too far away to heal anyone, and that's a 4-0.
This could be game. They have the
Yeah.
Byron push, and everyone's alive with an Ashe and Trundle just smacking the target with a Camille as well. It looked like they really wanted to win the game.
Yeah, that Camille and Trundle have been oppressing. And Rabbit Band has been playing crazy good this entire time. 7-0-9, perfect game. Camille, 4-0-8, perfect game, and that is the match. As they set their eyes on the Nexus here, and it goes plus 50 for the Camille.
That's crazy. That's definitely not the game that you would like to be on the side of TNN, Team No Name, especially. They're already locked in place for playoffs, obviously. So this was basically a practice game coming up to, coming up to the playoff matches. So
yeah,
for me, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but for Porous and Dragons, this looks like it's looks like they're gonna climb up the ladder. Maybe they'll make it into playoffs as well now.
Well, I think it's locked in now. The P&D, it's locked in. This is just kind of a serious game where like this practice. We're going to show it because it's part of the week, but it doesn't bode well. I mean, maybe they were just trying new things on TNN to cause what happened today. But well played to P&D though. They turned up and they really did dominate. They played very well in all three games. Unfortunate on the second to last game, but yeah, that's off to them.
Yeah. Looked very dominant, but unfortunately, maybe Porous and Dragons should have pulled out these kind of games sooner before they went 1-5. I think they went. Yeah, but anyway, thank you all for tuning in and watching, and we'll see you on the next Sunday Cup.